All right, it's Sunday. It's time for another edition of the BS Sessions. With me, as always, my brother, Jerry Supe. What's up?
Through thick and sin, thick and thin. Jesus Christ, can't even talk today. Through thick and thin, through good times and bad times. Yes, I am here with you
You
for
know, you know, you had your
another.
share.
Yeah, there's been definitely some unforgettable moments here on the show, and
It's mostly my fault. So
no. I'm not pointing fingers, but
No,
it's been.
I'm
Mark, you're
pointing to.
forgetting one other. You're forgetting one other person who used to be on this show.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but yeah,
Who?
I mean,
Huh?
Who?
What?
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Hey, don't look back in
anyway,
anger. That's what I always say.
uh,
Oh,
um, it's a wonder wall, man. But
Yeah.
Joe, stop. How you doing,
Yeah,
brother? Introduce our
I'm
guest
here.
here. Cool.
Doing
He's
good.
he's
I'm
just
here.
here. Man of
I'm
many
here.
words today. All
Yep.
right. Tim Weresnick, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing just fine. Still on this side of the earth, so I'm doing great.
Yeah. Smells better on this side. So yeah. Well, sometimes.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. I've never experienced
Uh,
the other
yeah.
side.
They're,
So,
they're, they're fertilizing the fields right now. Doesn't smell too good around
Yeah.
here.
Well, I mean, if you gone to Bonnaroo here in mid June in
hey,
Tennessee,
you
it doesn't
forget I'm
smell
in
too
New
good.
Hampshire, so there's a lot of fertilization going on right now.
That was my biggest. See, as I mentioned a million times on every show, me and Andy went to Oklahoma last year, and my biggest fear was being around fucking body odor and stinky ass sweaty people. But there was actually a lot of room there, and it was actually we had room to breathe, and it was cool. I went to Bonnaroo, was my last festival I went to. Holy crap, dude! Some stinky motherfuckers out there, man.
Were they all
Seriously.
trying to use like the natural
Oh,
deodorant?
I don't know. It's a fucking put a shirt on
That
or
stuff does
something.
not work. I
Fucking
smell people
sweaty
using
ass
that.
pits in your face. It just wasn't. No, it was. That's why I said no more festivals. So,
Just, just
Oklahoma was a success last year, but yeah.
yeah,
What were you
they
gonna
all
say?
try to use that natural freaking deodorant. Oh God, they smell.
Fuck, dude.
You know what?
I I was gonna shove out some money for people here. Want me to buy some? I should next time if I
Just
do go, I'm gonna bring an extra fucking speed stick and just
I don't
toss it
know
on
how
them.
you
just get
you're an extra
deodorant
dry
without
and been using it for the last 40 years. So,
just get deodorant without aluminum in it. You know, that's
But
Yes.
that
about it.
happens with really cool festivals. I remember like Ozfest I went to. Fucking there's just people I don't know, dude. Don't fucking know how to shower, dude. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, just me. My pet peeve. I know.
Dude,
I smell like roses
I
all.
can't
I
go
smell
out
like
without
roses all the time. I get it, so I don't have to worry about me stinking.
I can't go out without showering. It's like I
Hey,
showered earlier
yeah,
in the day and I go, "Oh, I'm going
yeah.
out again. I'm going to shower again." You know.
Anyway, how do we go? Oh, the smell that smells better on this side of here. Okay, that's
That
how
was
we
you. I loved
got
it.
in that. Yeah.
Hey,
But anyway,
Joseph wants to
Fred-
string it along, so keep going. You're gonna good.
Andy Rodriguez, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing pretty good. Smells great over here. Just hanging out. I'm excited to be here to talk about my top 11 bands of all time. And like Mark said, things will change and stuff like that. But I did have a criteria though. They had to have reached at least 10 albums. If
Damn,
they did not release 10 albums or more, they're not on my list.
Always good to
nice.
challenge yourself, man. Stuff
Well,
like
that
that.
takes out Jerry's number one band.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin is not on here.
No.
No.
I'm not doing anything past 1990. So,
I think I've only got one band that doesn't have 10 albums out
but
yet.
I'd have to look at my list.
Travis, how you doing, man? You did a wonderful job at hosting the Freeform Rock podcast today. How you doing?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
No problemo. All right, let's get started. Mark, go for it.
All right. Well, I think this is cool, man. Archaeologists uncover massive artifact depicting Pharaoh thought to have challenged Moses in Exodus. I love how the archaeologists keep proving the Bible right. Just saying. But I think that's cool. I like archaeology, but when the science is going with what I read in a book I love, cool. What do you guys think about that? Any thoughts on that?
A lot of stuff in the Bible it was true, but
They
for another discussion.
they got
But
Pontius Pilate's where he lived too, so that was pretty cool.
okay,
They
sure.
were all real people.
Yeah, they're all real
They're
people,
all
but
real people. Yes.
I hear a lot of archaeologists go, I'm trying to prove God wrong, but everything I get proves God right, so I believe in God. And I think that's freaking cool. I'm not getting religious on you. I'm just giving you what I heard. So
Yeah, I think archaeology has always been cool, man. I love they find this old shit, man. So cool.
We all love Indiana Jones, man. I get like those
Yeah, but archaeology has nothing to do with Indiana Jones.
I know, but it glamorized it. It glamorized it. I know a lot of these archaeologists
That's
have died
pretty
from
boring
unknown.
ass work, to be honest with you.
A lot of these
Yeah.
archaeologists have died from
Tedious.
unknown diseases or ancient diseases. When
Oh yeah, because they open up these old tombs and God knows what
Right.
bacteria is living in there.
I know,
That's why they tell you. They say like the iceberg shit that water is like the
Mhm.
purest, but there's so much frozen shit back there from days where we weren't even around yet.
they just found some worms that unfroze and survived from
That's
like.
what I mean. So
I'm like, oh, I'm kind of scared of that shit. They
you
were
better off
frozen
drinking
for
the
a
yellow
reason.
snow.
Well,
Yeah,
now because of everything that was buried and frozen and all that, now they say they can resurrect a bunch of different species.
well, they already have. They did the dire wolf.
Yeah,
So-
but a bunch of other ones.
yeah.
You know,
What could possibly go wrong?
You know,
Are you
when you
serious?
when you start resurrecting like
Jurassic Park, anyone?
Rex or something.
Yeah, yeah. What could go wrong with doing this shit? Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Because we're smart, we know what we're doing.
Well, of course, humans know best.
Yeah. Sure we
Just
do.
ask us, we'll tell you.
Mhm.
And then
There's a reason why those animals and humans did not exist together.
extinct. Yes.
Well, now they're saying that Neanderthals and humans mated.
I don't know.
What?
I know some people that make me believe that's
Neanderthals
true.
and humans mated. That's what they say.
They had sex with different races.
And
So
there's
that makes
definitely
sense.
some people on this planet that make me believe that is accurate. That is accurate.
IQ wise, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. IQ wise, definitely, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So, what is it? Travis asked, why is all these weird people live in my state? Get this funny BS. Florida pastor wrote the book on how to love your spouse. Arrested over allegations he has multiple wives. Yeah, I guess you know how to love your spouse. Multiple of them. What do you guys think about that?
He had so much love. He had so much love. He just had to spread it.
I lived in Florida. I don't know what the fuck they think California is the most batshit state in the world. Florida's pretty fucking close. I lived there. All your conspiracy theories, all the UFO sightings, everything, your sovereign citizens, all that group of wonderful people come from Florida. I lived there. I know. I'm not saying to be the rag on the state. I lived it. So yeah, I heard it's only gotten worse for my friends down there with down there. So might be a little hot down there, maybe. The brain.
My state is completely unhinged when that's one of the less chaotic stories I've ever heard in Florida.
But you know what? I would love to fucking move back
going
there.
to jail
I would love to move back there.
I understand getting in trouble for it, but going to jail? Like, okay, well. I heard about a guy that had sex with a horse twice in Florida. I think that's way.
Well, that I've heard that happen in Texas everywhere. I think about the sex with a horse thing, but Florida.
Oh my god!
Never heard of that in my life here.
Hey, how did my ex-girlfriend get in this conversation?
Oh shit! All right,
Never heard about horse sex in Texas.
Let's move on from that. We got some good.
I don't know what kind of publications y'all read, but
well, we got some.
Andy, you don't read Horsecock Weekly? It's a very reputable publication. I read it for the articles personally.
There's a Playboy.
Well, I did read Playboy for the jokes, so they had some good jokes in there, though. Oh my god! But 39 years ago, Queensryche released Operation Mindcrime. Is that their best album of all time? Is that The Wall?
Yep.
Yep.
And now Jeff Tate's about to desecrate it a third time.
A third time,
I don't want to.
Off to a good start.
That's horrible.
I just listened to that single that was just released. That was on the Freeform site. Oh my!
No bueno.
God.
No bueno.
Major no bueno.
Oh my God!
I didn't even want to listen to it because after the first song, I was already done. You got me this. You did this to me before, Jeff, with part 2. I ain't falling for part 3.
Yeah,
I'll stick with this, thanks.
Yes.
I'll stick with this.
Yes, exactly. I was a big Richie.
I'm partial. I love Operation Mindcrime, but I'm partial to the EP in the Warning.
Yeah. Oh man, and then we got some good news, man. Nearly a quarter of a
Actually,
century.
the Warning isn't bad.
The Warning's great.
Yeah.
But nearly after a quarter century after rap star Jam Master Jay at Run DMC was shot to death, a man admitted in court Monday to a role in killing that stymied investigators for decades. What do you guys think about that? He admitted to killing Jam Master Jay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Is
And
that
now
why
we need
you-
to
get the
find
better
now,
of you sometimes.
now we need to find out who murdered Tupac and Biggie, and we already know.
We
who
already
that is.
know.
We already know.
know.
We already know that, right?
But Jam Master Flash, that was a real mystery when that happened.
That was.
You know, because you really didn't hear that much about him or his going ons behind.
Yeah, I
the
mean, you
scenes
knew he
and
was
stuff.
in Run DMC, but
Yeah,
that's about
Yeah,
it.
the DJ. Yeah, but
He never got in any trouble. You never,
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
heard
He
him
was
get
producing.
arrested
He
or
was in the
anything.
studio producing an album when he got shot. So
right, yeah. So I don't know. Has it come out if he knew him or?
I don't know. I just read that
Yes.
he admitted to killing him. So
But then
I would
again,
like to
none of
know
them
more
Run
about that.
DMC guys you ever heard about getting arrested.
No,
they're all good
like
dudes,
that.
man.
They all seem pretty stable dudes, you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they don't beat their
they're
bitches.
musicians.
DMC loves metal, by the way. So
Yeah.
really good stuff, man. And then we get to Richie Faulkner is not interested in carrying on with Judas Priest if there's no classic lineup members left. So,
Good for him.
Smart man.
so the bass player leaves, you're gone.
Classic members.
Classic.
I know, but
I
Halford.
think is what he said.
As long as
Halford-
Halford's there, he's there.
Yeah. So Halford stays, he's there.
Well, Ian Hill's still in the band, right?
That's what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Ian Hill. That's
So-
what was my joke.
I think he's practically a fossil back there. He'll be there till the end of time.
Dude, he just stands there and goes, huh?
Yeah,
on the side.
Travis
Yeah,
has
but
been there since
he lays
1990.
down some serious bass lines.
He does. He's really underlooked in that band, by the way.
That would be interesting whether or not he counts Scott Travis as a classic member or not.
Right?
Because if you really think about the history of Judas Priest, there really hasn't been that much turnaround when it comes to members. There really hasn't been.
Oh,
No.
there has been. Early
Well,
on.
there was a lot at the beginning, and then there's been a lot recently. But in the middle period, it was just Dave Holland to Scott Travis, and then Halford to
Les Banks to Dave
Well, that's
Holland.
what, at the beginning there was a lot of turnover in the first couple years,
Yeah.
and then from 80 to 90 it was solid, and then other than Halford leaving, and then it was
Coming
until
back.
recently when they
KK
fired KK, and then with Glenn retiring and
They fired him or did he quit?
Quit.
KK, they fired him.
They fired
They
him.
fired him.
I didn't hear either one because it's like, no, I quit. No, we fired him.
I think he says he quit. I think they say that they fired him.
So whatever.
All
And
right,
I guess it's up to us, and I would say he quit. That's what I would think.
All right, I'll keep it at a buck here. Look,
Well, I don't
no,
know.
no KK, no KK and Glenn, no Judas Priest.
Well,
They
Glenn
are
is
the quintessential sound of that band.
Glenn is still technically there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He technically plays on the new albums.
Technically.
And he does some tour dates.
I'm just look. A lot of people love Firepower. A lot of people people are split on Invincible Shield. I'm sorry, man. I went back to those two albums. To me, they're not bad albums, but they just don't sound like classic Judas Priest.
They don't have a groove.
It's just,
I think this is
disagree with
better
you.
than
Invincible
most
Shield
Metallica
is
albums.
are they good metal albums? Yes, but they don't sound like the quintessential Judas Priest with the hooks and the melodies.
They have the hooks.
I
and
think
the
this is
melodies.
better than most of it.
Oh, yeah, it is a good album. I prefer.
Thank you, Joe.
I prefer Angel. I prefer Angel of Retribution over Firepower.
That's a great
love
album too.
Angel Retribution, man. It's a great album.
But
I still can't get into this one. I still can't.
I love
get into
that
it.
album.
Yeah, that album
I
sucks.
love that album. I
Love
love
that
Invincible
What is
Shield.
that? What album is
Redeemer
that?
of Souls, I really
newest
like
one.
Redeemer.
Oh, Invisible Shield. I love it.
As long as you guys aren't whipping out, or as long as you guys aren't whipping out the turbo,
I could never get into that album.
just
Terrific.
whipping out the turbo.
But Jerry, I was your turbo lover.
Oh,
I
God,
enjoyed
got it right there.
For what it is.
Well, there's no other.
I liked
The only
Redeemer of
time
Souls.
I've ever seen Judas Priest was on that tour.
I've seen them like
And it
4
was a great
times
tour.
in the last 10 years.
I even have
Amazing.
this. I even have this mess.
What's
Really?
that?
Oh,
God,
Regulator.
I like. You know what?
Ooh.
I do like the.
That's
It's
worth
better.
money.
It's better than Demolition. I'll give
That's
it
worth
that.
money, though, isn't it?
Dude, Demolition is
Not
a dumpster.
really.
Demolition is hot garbage water.
I
But
saw
at least,
Priest on their Screaming for Vengeance tour.
well, you know what?
With Maiden.
Garbage water is a nice way to describe
I love
Demolition.
that.
But
Don't be breaking out the Johnny
Jugulator-
B. Good
Jug-
soundtrack.
Jugulator at least has Bullet Train.
Under
and
Blood
Burning
Red Skies
Hell
rules.
And Bullet
Run it
Train.
down.
Wait, hold on a second. Bullet Train, Burning in Hell, Cathedral Spires. I love those 3 songs. The rest sucks.
Blood
All
Red
right.
Skies.
Yeah, Blood Red Skies rules. The rest of this
Blood
album.
Red Skies rules.
This is their worst
I love,
album, along
Hard
with
as Iron.
Demolition to me.
Hard as Iron's awesome.
I'll listen to Turbo any day over this.
Turbo rules. I love Turbo.
Turbo blows.
So Carmen a Peach or Peachy or whatever they say his name. A piece.
Carmine
He says like, duh. We all know this, Carmen. So why are you even saying this? It's like concert ticket prices are ridiculous. Who's buying these tickets? Rich people? Yes.
Yeah.
They give them all the preferred tickets. They sell them to the
They're,
ticket agencies before we even get to buy
they're
them.
better known by their stage name, Rush fans.
Yeah. Companies buy them and they give them to their employees.
The tickets, corporate America, and they're giving them away as bonuses.
What I just said. Yep. Absolutely.
Well, that's why I like Billy Joel, because he saved the first rows for real fans. So that's
true.
cool.
It's funny how you could be like the first one in the queue on when a ticket goes on sale. Like the first 5 rows are always sold out right away. You know what I mean?
Just remember back in the day when all these artists were like saying against ticket scalpers, and now they got a corporate ticket scalper in freaking Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like they sold out.
If an artist is big enough, they can do something about it. Most of them just don't.
They all
and this
sold
pre-sale
out.
shit. This pre-sale shit sucks ass too.
Yeah,
sorry, this pre-sale shit sucks.
It's
awful.
The deciding factor is on the venue. The venue.
No, the Citibank card holders and shit like that.
I know,
fuck
American Express. You know,
fuck that shit.
I mean,
man.
look at like Mark said, Billy Joel does it. Garth Brooks. Every single ticket for a Garth Brooks concert is the exact same price. Every one, whether you're the first row or you're the nosebleeds. It depends where you get in the line. Every single ticket is the exact same price. Artists have the ability to do that. They don't care.
No.
So we can't keep blaming
every show.
We can't keep blaming Ticketmaster. We can't keep blaming they set up the ability for the artist to do this shit. But if the artist cared enough, they have the ability.
Well, I mean, Garth Brooks and Billy Joel have a lot more pull than a lot of these bands do nowadays as well.
Oh, there's a lot of big bands that can do this, but they choose not to. I mean, there's bands out there that have more pull than Garth Brooks and Billy Joel.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're telling me that Rush for this giant reunion tour,
couldn't have said
no, we're not doing $300 tickets. We're not doing this. They said, yep, go ahead.
That's like the cheapest one, ain't it? $300.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet if Neil Peart was here, this wouldn't have happened.
But you got to look at it like this. You have to look at it, and maybe I'm coming from a manager's point of view. Maybe. But if you walked into your boss's office and he sat you down and said, okay, would you rather work for $20 an hour or $30 an hour? What would you choose?
$30 an hour.
Yeah.
And that's just what this is their job.
This is their
job. Not something
at the same time
for fun.
But I'm saying all these artists that are coming out in the press and making statements about it, fuck you. You have the ability to change it.
Well,
so don't come out and start making these statements
because they're
saying, tickets are too expensive.
No.
Tickets are too expensive.
Especially these bands that say they're for the fans. Kiss.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
they're
go buy a ticket for that
talk out
landlocked.
both sides of their ass, and
well, of course they are.
That's human nature. That's
I don't decline them the right to make as much money as they can. But then don't come out here and say that you're for the fans, and don't come out here and say all tickets are too expensive. It's Ticketmaster; they'll get you every time. No, it's not. Ticketmaster gives you assholes the ability to do it.
So
Yeah.
they're
and,
hypocrites.
and a
They're
convenient,
human.
convenient
That's what they do.
scapegoat.
That's what
So,
hypocrites
so any of
do.
you guys gonna go see Kiss in Vegas Landlocked?
Fuck
By the
no.
way, ripping off the fans? No? Oh, okay.
Why would I?
I just brought that in. Some people will.
I wouldn't go to Vegas to see anybody.
I wouldn't go to Vegas. Period.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to
I would love to
Are
see
you
the
kidding me?
Sphere. I would
I
love.
went. I'm gonna get made fun of right now, but I went to Vegas twice to see two artists.
I
Who?
was. I
One
went
was
on a-
Donny Osmond.
Donny Osmond and U2.
No, Donny. No, I didn't get to see the U2
Did you
one.
go to U2? I thought
It
you
was
did.
Sammy Hagar residency,
Oh, okay.
and it was amazing. I love both shows, by the way.
Donnie
Sammy
must have
and
kicked
Don.
some ass.
I'm sure Donnie was the better show.
I went on a detachment
No.
Shame on you,
American
Joseph.
Navy
Shame on you.
to Fallon, Nevada. And Fallon, Nevada is 50 miles west, I believe, of Reno.
You know what?
It was 120 degrees in the shade there for 2 fucking weeks. I was like, take this desert and shove it up your ass. Get me out of here.
Shit. And then
It gets 80 degrees here and I'm fucking sweating my ass off. 120, imagine that? I was a puddle.
dude, I've been here in 116 weather in California. It's not fun. But then we get to this kind of makes sense, but if you were 90s kids, you didn't need to pay for this shit. You could go watch the American Pie movie, you would have saw her boobs there. But Shannon Elizabeth breaks all records in her first week on OnlyFans.
She's
What do you
hot
guys
still.
think about that?
She's
Yeah,
hot
her-
still. I remember when I first saw her on that 70s show,
I
she
mean-
was Kelso's baby mama.
Water is
She's
wet.
still-
Yeah,
But they could watch it on American Pie, the first movie. It's like, there you go.
Yeah, she's
I don't
hot.
even know who Shannon Elizabeth is, and I don't care.
Well, you would if you saw her.
Why? Just go to OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Good looking
Well, you have
girl.
to pay for it. Just watch American Pie. See Nadia and tell me what you think.
I
But then
mean-
we, huh? Go
I
ahead.
mean,
Go ahead,
Go
Mark.
ahead. Go ahead.
I don't need OnlyFans. I can just go to Google Image.
Keep going, Mark. Let's go.
All right,
Next.
I'm going.
he's got a lawn to mow.
Peter Chris just pulled back the curtain, and it's not all nostalgia. He says Kiss reunion wasn't just about fans or music; it was also about the money. And water is wet. What do you guys
Yeah.
think about that?
Duh.
It was about money.
There's
Kiss money? No.
Money.
Their
I thought
bass
that was
player
funny.
wears a baseball cap with a money bag on it. So
Trademarked it.
Let me go grab my my Kiss glasses to drink my water out of because I'm so dehydrated.
Hey, you got your Kiss casket.
I have a Kiss.
like,
I
yeah.
have a Kiss coffee mug somewhere.
I have a Gene Simmons coffee mug over here.
I have a.
It's his face.
It's the 4 solo albums on my mug, my coffee mug.
But you know, you can say all you want to about their marketing and all that, but it was fucking brilliant.
Oh, genius. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why you get into this
I love
business. It's to make
I love
money. It's a job.
Oh yeah, Kiss, Iron Maiden, amazing fucking marketing team.
So,
to have.
so,
I mean,
so you guys would agree?
And I might add, when Kiss first came out with their caskets and everybody was laughing at them for having a Kiss casket,
Yeah.
Metallica has one.
who else came out after that? Major
Metallica.
League Baseball, NFL,
I'm still
NBA,
laughing at it. I think it's ridiculous.
Kiss condoms, people. Kiss your prick.
NHL. They
Kiss
all
your prick.
Hey,
So-
so you guys, I'm just wondering, are you guys
Is
okay?
an idea stupid if it works?
No, but
Yes.
would you guys pay for tickets if you knew the band was only doing it for cash?
I mean, most bands are only doing it for cash.
Yeah.
Prices.
What do you?
Why
What
do you go to
these
work,
bands
Mark?
are doing it for? The love of music? Fuck you.
Well, I'm just
Hey,
asking
you
a
know what?
question.
Hey, dude,
Yeah,
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, but why do you go to work, Mark? For money.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Shit,
that's
if
what
I-
it
if
is.
I- if I
That
was
is
an
their
artist and-
job.
Well, I wouldn't work anymore.
Gene Simmons in the 70s gave an interview, and the interviewer's like, "Oh, where's your integrity?" And Gene's like, "Fuck integrity. I'm in it for money and chicks."
I mean,
At
that's
least they
why
were honest about it.
I mean, that's why people have bands is to become famous and rich.
Yeah.
I'll
Hey,
put it to you this
I
way.
want money. I
Unless
want
you're
chicks.
Nikki Six, then you're
Make
a
it happen.
musician.
I
They
love
all-
money. I
they
love
all-
money, man.
that-
Money rules.
Kiss,
I
every
mean-
member of Kiss had a regular job before Kiss got famous. They didn't stick with those regular jobs, did they?
I'm not like Rage Against the ATM machine. I love money. I admit it.
Can you just imagine Gene Simmons as your kindergarten teacher though? That would be funny.
Imagine
That's
Paul
what he
Stanley-
was.
Imagine Paul Stanley as your cab driver, or you know,
People.
was a cook.
Hey,
I think, a
people!
slow roller cook.
All right, let's get some more BS news. Rogue AI agent from Cursor goes haywire, deletes company's entire database of Pocket OS, but they eventually got it back on a backup. What do you guys think about the AI just deleting a whole database of a company?
And that's where we're
Couldn't
headed.
see that coming. Couldn't see that coming, could you?
At least they had a backup.
There's this lovely movie called Terminator.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I mean, come on, yeah.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, that was the first movie on that one. With
I think AI done right is a good thing, but you can't guarantee that it's going to be done.
That shit's
right.
dangerous, man.
Or also just expecting AI to do everything for you. That's where it gets to the point. It's these people that just expect AI to be able to do everything for them, and they're basically programming their own. They're programming their own downfall.
I still say the worst invention ever created by man, at least one of them, like the nuclear bomb was the worst invention, but one of them is
Oppenheimer agrees with you.
The smartphone is killing America. It's dumbing us down.
Well, watch the movie
I
Idiocracy.
see it every day in the classroom.
I bet you do.
Every
you know,
day.
and first thing they do is they reach for their pocket computer, and it's like, no, you know, like my teachers back in the day used to say, okay, you got the right answer. How did you get to it?
This was my computer.
You had to show your work.
School.
every single student, they have an iPad that they carry around with them all day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They don't take tests on paper and pencil. They take a test on their iPad.
Mhm.
They don't write papers. They type it on their iPad and then use AI to make their paper for them.
Oh, well, they don't even have books here. It's all iPads now.
No. Oh, yeah. You know, there's no textbooks.
No.
I
It's
still
just,
love
it's just a sign of the times, man.
Yeah,
There's no feel of turning the page. It's
Yeah.
like in music, they got streaming. There's no feel of opening a record and seeing the artwork, seeing who produced it, who did that.
Well,
That's
when
where
you turn
society's
a page,
going.
that
It's
means
just like, give me
you
your
finished
quick 30.
something.
Like we said
And
that
we're
on
moving
Freeform.
on, you know.
Give us your quick 30 seconds, and if it doesn't hit us in 30 seconds, we're done.
But then again, in school, when I was in school, you had shop class. You had to learn how to fix your car.
Yeah.
Now you just go to YouTube.
Hey, and you know, I still love going to the library, man. I still pick up books, man. I don't do that.
You
I mean,
had cooking
like
class.
stuff
You
like
had to learn how to
Audible,
cook for
like
yourself.
stuff like
How to
Audible.
sew.
It's good. It's good for some uses, like if you're on a flight or if you're driving your car. But it feels so good to pick up an actual book and put it in your hands and like read it, man. It's so, you know.
Now,
Yeah,
Tim, I will say they do still, all the kids still have to take like cooking class and sewing class and stuff like that, but it's not what it used to be. It really isn't.
Ours was mandatory. It wasn't a matter of
It is still at the school.
Well, that's
but
good. That's
it
a
is
good
still
thing.
mandatory.
That's a good thing because at least.
But I mean, they're not learning much. I'll tell you that.
You know, at least you can fend for yourself. Like when I was in class, these kids can. We had to learn how to balance a checkbook, how to make out a check.
That was economics.
How to balance your account in the checkbook. All this stuff. And this was we called basic competencies.
Mm-hmm.
Basic being the key word there.
No, all they learn in accounting class these days is how to sign into your online banking app. Ooh.
Wow.
I don't know, man. It just seems to me like the dumbing down of America.
That's literally when I was in for the personal finance teacher last week. That's what they were learning, is how to sign into their online banking app.
It's just not America. It's the world. The dumbing down.
It's the world.
It's the world, dude. But man, if we get to Russell Wilson is in deep discussions to go into television, which could mark the end of his likely Hall of Fame career. I'm just thinking of Russell Wilson talking with Chris Collinsworth. That'd be weird.
Well, Mike Tomlin's going to be on there now too.
I don't know. Is it a Hall of Fame career? But whatever.
Oh no, these days you win a Super Bowl, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Where's Trent Dilfer?
If Eli Manning's still not in, there's no way Russell Wilson's getting.
Brad Johnson.
I'm looking at Joe Namath. Joe Namath has got like fucking backup quarterback numbers, but he's in there.
He's horrible. It's like because he had a mouth. He was a character. That's why they put him in.
But let's think about this. Is Russell Wilson a Hall of Fame
back when he went in, he probably was one of the better quarterbacks.
No. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is just as good as he was. Let's put it that way. Hey, with the Niners, Jimmy put up great numbers with the Niners, dude.
But if you're going to say that Eli doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, which I don't think he does, then Russell Wilson doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame either.
Oh, I don't think Eli belongs there. He was the luckiest quarterback I've ever seen. It wasn't him who made those plays. It was his catching it off his helmet. 49ers muffing a freaking
he had to escape
they
those 5
tackles
game. To even throw that ball, Mark.
They wouldn't have even been in 2 Super Bowls with the 49ers that make stupid mistakes at the end of the game.
I go back to the same question. Who was a better quarterback? Trent Dilfer or Dan Marino?
Dan Marino.
Say what you worry about Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson throws a great fucking deep ball, man. One of the best deep ball throwers ever in the game.
I thought Kaepernick had a great deep ball, dude.
Is Warren Moon in the Hall?
Yes, he is.
Should be.
Is he?
He should be.
Yes, because he's the only player to both be in the Canadian Hall of Fame and in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Because if he wasn't,
I didn't realize he was.
Doug
Flutie? I agree that he should be.
You talked about throwing a great deep
Flutie.
I can't wait till that guy from New Orleans gets in there. He's one of the quarterbacks.
Drew Brees?
I love Drew Brees.
He just got inducted. He's going in this year.
God damn,
he's worthy.
Dude, that guy.
I look at Russell Wilson's career numbers. They're pretty fucking good, man. I mean, he's got
I like him. I really like the way he played the game in Seattle.
But
he declined in Denver, and he didn't deserve to be treated the way that he was hopping from team to team to team.
Yeah, New York treated him. He had a horrible coach in New York, and Sean Payton's a dick if you don't do exactly.
Sean Payton did not want Russell Wilson on that team.
No, he doesn't want improvisation. He doesn't want. He wants people to do He wants the quarterbacks to be robots. But Drew Brees wasn't a robot, so it's weird how those two work together.
I wouldn't say Pittsburgh treated him like shit. He didn't do what they needed him to do.
Did better than what was the year.
I mean, compared to the
he cost them the division at the end.
And after him,
he single-handedly cost them the division in the last couple of weeks of the season. So I mean, hey, at least say what you want about Aaron Rodgers, but at least Aaron Rodgers finished the job this year.
True.
No, he didn't, because they blew it in the first.
They won the division at least.
They won a division. Hey, that's better than what they have done. So, I think Mike Tomlin was holding him back. I think Pittsburgh will be a dark horse this year. And
I'm interested to see what happens. I don't have faith because I've been proven wrong too many times by Pittsburgh.
Shit, we see teams go from worst to first. Maybe the Jets this year. I doubt it. But.
Well, I mean, that's the problem. The Steelers have no. They're gonna go 10-7 every year, and that's just what they're gonna do. It's the Pittsburgh curse. They're gonna go 10-7. They're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs.
So is Rodgers still the quarterback?
We
don't
haven't
know
announced if he's coming back or not.
I think so. So who do
He's stringing them along again.
And they just picked up a quarterback.
They
drafted the kid from Penn State who's god awful.
They put
couldn't tell you.
They put a thing on Aaron Rodgers where Pittsburgh gets the first right to counter the offer and stuff like that. Yeah. They want to keep him, so it looks like they want to keep him.
I don't know. I think the Steelers are on a downward slope, and in fact, I think they went over my expectation for last year. I don't think.
Same. I expected them to have a losing season last year.
Dude, they're so discombobulated right now. How can it is? We're in May, and they don't even know who their starting quarterback's going to be.
The Browns, man.
The last couple of years, they've been drinking the Kool-Aid. They've been hanging their hat on anybody who will look at them because they just want to do something. And they
fucking Cleveland's going to be better.
Well,
who's the quarterback?
The Steelers are too worried about ripping it all down to the ground and starting over again. That's the problem.
But who's the quarterback in Cleveland? They're saying that guy.
Sanders. Sanders is definitely going to be.
No, but they're saying the other dude from the Texans. They're saying he's doing great in reps right now.
The trouble with the Browns,
he'll blow out his shoulder again or something.
For 20 years, is they draft, but they draft the best player, but not what they need. Like, if they don't need a quarterback, they'll draft a quarterback. But their offensive line is got holes in it, but bigger than Swiss cheese. But they won't draft to a need. They'll draft to, this is the best player coming out of the draft, according to so-and-so. Well, we got to take him. Well,
Baltimore's defense got better, too, this offseason.
Mm-hmm. So they're not.
The thing is that happened the last couple of years and they didn't do anything.
I think the Niners got a great edge rusher, dude.
Yeah,
I think that guy's
fast. The Steelers got a good receiver.
The Steelers got a couple good players this year. We'll see how they got a lot of O-line.
We'll see about the offensive lineman there, Ishnier or whatever his name.
They drafted I think 3 or 4 offensive linemen. So we'll see if any of them pan out.
But they need them.
I never think too much of the rookies or the draft class coming in because it's so hard to see how they're going to do in the NFL. How are these teams really developing them when they get to this point? It's hard to see for another couple of years to see if that promise is was built on the player and the player and the organization.
Well, Troy Aikman's first year, he's 1-15. Peyton Manning's first year, I think he was 3-13. So yeah.
I just talked to Alex Smith.
Poor Alex Smith. He got the bum deal.
He was a great quarterback with a bad team.
I think that's what you're going to find with Mendoza.
And some bad injuries.
Oh, I felt sorry for Mendoza, but man, that's a good.
That Alex Smith injury. Ooh, that was brutal.
A very good quarterback. But I'm just going to a shitty team.
But I think Alex Mendoza,
not necessarily a shitty team, a shitty organization that's not run well.
They might have got some good play. Kubiak might help them, dude. I think Kubiak will be a good coach for them.
If they like,
for all I know,
the Raiders, it's an organizational problem.
Yeah, for all
there's
I know,
so much.
Mendoza, they could get him, and then he's like, "Fuck this, fuck the NFL, man."
But I think
move on to another team and then be a great quarterback.
Dude, he has Greasy working with him as his quarterback coach, and he also has Brady working with him. I think he's going to be fine. I think the Raiders might surprise people.
Doesn't matter. Who's working with the offensive line? Because they're the ones who are going to keep him upright.
I think they have a good running back. They have a good tight end. And then now they got a quarterback who can throw the ball. I think they'll be fine.
And they got a young, good coach. I really do like
can catch the thing.
They do.
And they need an offensive line that blocks.
They needed a coach. They haven't had a coach in years. Pete
Carroll
was on his way out. He was on his way out.
That was a mistake. He really took the money and ran on that. I mean, come on.
Pete Carroll cost Seattle a Super Bowl, so.
And not just that, they hiring Pete Carroll really put that organization back a couple of years because of that misstep.
Yeah,
that was a whole year, not just of losing, but of developmental things for the team. And now they got to start all over under Kubiak. That was just years wasted.
Garoppolo said that team was a mess when he was there. They didn't know who.
Well, the ownership is just garbage.
Yeah,
it's a poorly run organization. It's just
really
not well run.
Brady would have more say or more of hands-on, and I think he needs to be.
Well, the days of just win, baby, are over.
They've been over since the 90s, man.
They're gone.
All because your dad was Al Davis. That doesn't mean you can do Al Davis
stuff. Doesn't mean you can do shit. My dad can do
the Steelers are finding that out about Art the Third.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, because my stepdad was a great carpenter, but I can't hit a fucking nail with a hammer to save my life. My fingers ain't crooked. I'm still hammering away.
My dad could do a lot of shit that would make your eyes just, But I can't.
Yeah, exactly. All because your dad was this and that does not. Man, he could have sold that. Sold that. Imagine how much money he could have gotten for the Raiders.
Nepotism has ruined a lot of great teams.
And put it
Hey,
in
I
the
think
hands of someone.
that Colts owner, she's a fireball. I think the Colts
Mhm.
are going to do good under her because she called the guys at something about the F word to him. We're gonna. She's like enthusiastic. I watch out for the Colts next year. They got a good owner. I think
Well, they
the other
started
owner-
out what 8-0 or 9-1.
Yeah,
but-
and then
And that
just,
fell
Every other
apart.
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
and they give Daniel Jones almost $50 million a year. Are they freaking crazy?
dude, even with the Giants, that was a horrible organization. Come on.
Well, the Colts did the same thing. In fact, the Colts doubled it.
I think Daniel Jones will be great. There,
No.
no.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, man. Let's move on
What's
to.
He
Hey, you guys like Sinbad?
I do.
Not really.
I'm really glad to
He
see
was
he's
all
back.
right. I mean,
He's back on the stage after a stroke in 2020, man. I'm happy for the guy, man. I loved
Yep.
him.
Good
I
for
really
him.
like that. He's a family friendly, comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Jingle All the Way. I love
unnecessary roughness. It's time to party.
Yeah, I love
unnecessary
Sinbad.
roughness.
Yeah. And then what do you
I
guys
watch that
think
every
about
year.
I don't know, but I know one thing. I've seen reruns of like Different World now.
Yeah.
That's hard to watch.
I still like it.
I
Cosby
never
shows
watched
are
really
it.
hard
hard.
to watch.
And then some of the stuff they wore was like, holy Jesus, talk
Oh
about
man, that was
my
90s
God.
big time, dude. That was like 90s Black Power kind of costume. It was, especially since it took place in the 90s in an all black college.
Well, let's get back to music because Travi's getting bored.
Fine.
Wendy,
Oh, I'm sorry, Travis.
I'm fine. No. Talk about anything you want. It's not my show.
I know, but man, but I don't want you to pass out before we get
No,
to
I'm
the
good.
meat of the
I'm
episode.
awake. I got
just do the story, Mark. Come on.
All right, I got Wendy Dio says
He's
there's
got
an off.
them all. I'm telling you.
Joseph doesn't want them all. Joseph wants to prolong it for mowing the lawn. Let's go continue.
And then we get to Wendy Dio says there's an offer from Metal Blade to re-release the long-awaited reissue of the 80s Metal All-Star Project Hearing Aid. What do you guys think of that?
Oh my God! The thing about that is, I love that song.
Or you can just go to YouTube and watch
I love
it.
that song so much, and I got so pissed off that it wasn't on streaming. So what I did was I found this recording thing on the internet, and I went to YouTube, clicked on the video, and just recorded it, and then I just added it to my iPod because I couldn't wait for the. I didn't even think Wendy Dio was going to do it, but I'm glad she's doing it now. But
I don't know how you're doing that because I
managed to have hearing aid stars on my iPhone now, so I'm good.
Yeah, because I can't record from YouTube onto my Windows Media Player.
It's a confusing thing to
Oh,
do.
There's these like YouTube to MP3 downloader things you can use.
I got
none
him.
of them work for me. None of them.
I paid for this place for Freeform.
I used to just click the link, right click onto it, and click it into the thing, and it downloaded. But not anymore.
A lot of these sites, YouTube has finally started catching on to them and stuff. So it doesn't work with music anymore. So a lot of
that's why my 4K downloader plus they always have updates to get around those YouTube things because I use YouTube a lot to do Freeform and these episodes. So
I love Stars. That's a great song.
It's a great song.
And while we're at it, hey, Apple Music, contact Coney Hatch. I want that debut album back on that app, man.
I've got it on cassette, so you can do whatever they want.
All right.
Or at least release a reissue of
That's why I don't pay. That's why I refuse to pay for streaming services because they can take your albums away just like that.
Yep. That's why you buy physical media.
I still have backups. I have my iTunes library. I have this hard drive that Mr. X gave me, so I'm good.
I don't know, but I heard that Wendy Dio story, and all I thought about was the line from the Wasp song. In the morning when I'm gone, will they whore my image on?
I will say, if they do re-release the hearing aid, it better be for charity.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It better be for charity.
For
That's all I'm
the
saying.
DO Cancer Fund.
Yeah.
No, it should be not necessarily for the DO Cancer Fund, but just like it was originally for the Ethiopian famine, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
They should send
Or
more money.
maybe the Andy Rodriguez Fund. I
Yeah.
heard that.
And you know who does a great
That's a need.
and
That's a
of all
very
the guitar
important charity of our
solos,
time.
you know, of all the guitar solos in that song, my favorite one was Buck Darmo's.
Yeah, I will gladly accept the proceeds for that into the Timor.
But you know what? You know what? A donation has been made in your name for the Human Fund.
Uh-huh.
Did anybody like that?
I just keep playing that line over in my head when I hear that story.
Did anybody like the Dio documentary that came out a couple years
Oh
ago?
yeah, Dreamers Never Die is really good.
Mhm.
Really good documentary.
I like
But man, let's get to our last thing. This is kind of a rant. Just want you guys' thing on it.
Right on.
I just hate it when bands just re-release an album a year or a year and a half later and add the bonus tracks or give it deluxe edition. It's like, why didn't you just release that all at once? You just want us to re-buy your album again, just so we can get those 5 bonus tracks? Stop raping your fans, man. Make a
That's
new
exactly why they
album.
do it.
Stop being lazy. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of them re-releasing, redoing an album a year after. Oh wait, we didn't put these 2 tracks on for you. Here's the deluxe edition. Give us the deluxe edition in the beginning of the buying thing, and we could buy it first, and we don't have to buy the first edition. Oh wait, I like those 3 songs they put on. Now I need those. Now I'm gonna go rebuy this album. That pisses me off.
Situations like that make streaming good because I'll just fucking stream those bonus tracks. I won't buy the fucking.
Oh yeah,
album.
I'll download those extra couple songs and I'm fine.
Go to SoulSeek to get them for free.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a year later they release. Oh wait, we didn't give you these 4 tracks, and I go fuck off.
Yeah.
I go.
I agree.
You answered your own question when you said, "What do you want us to do? Just buy the." Of course they do.
I need to get back into buying vinyl, by the way.
Yeah, Timu get
Because
$4.
we just
I
talked
can't
about
get 'em.
this. It's a business. This is their job. This
And
is
if
what
people
they
choose
do.
to buy it, people choose to buy it.
Yeah.
I
All
won't.
right.
So okay, well let me ask you a question. What would you rather do? Buy a reissue with bonus tracks on it, or like Guns N' Roses did with Use Your Illusion 1 and 2,
Make a double album. And it'll be double the
and
price.
sell them separately?
Yeah. And give us 2 versions
They
of
had
Don't Cry.
they had the tracks. The tracks were already recorded.
Please.
What about in
no.
the case of like when they re-released Appetite for Destruction in 2018? They added "Shadow of Your Love" to it.
Which should have been on there to start
And
with.
you know what? I love "Shadow of Your Love." That should have replaced.
That's a
anything
great
else.
track.
They
Absolutely
should have
great
picked
track.
Anything Goes off that album and just replaced it with.
There's a couple songs
I
that
love
could have
your
kicked
love.
off that album, but
Think About You. I'd get rid of that one first.
I love "Think About You."
Oh,
Paradise City, I would have gotten rid of.
What?
I like that one.
All of this.
Oh man, this
For
just because
Shadow of Your Love, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
played out doesn't mean it's a bad song.
If it came down to those 2 songs,
I never heard Shadow of Your Love because the title's stupid.
oh, it's a great track.
I just didn't listen to it.
It's a great track.
Fair.
totally-
it's better
very
than
fair.
the general. It's
It
better
sounds
than the
like
general.
classic. It's total. Well, it was one of the first songs. They
Jerry, I could
recorded
sit down
for
with
the
my
album.
acoustic guitar in 5 minutes and write something better than the general. And I don't play.
All right.
All right, man. Let's get to our list, man. Jerry, what do we do?
Top 11 bands that I think we're all going to do differently. At least some of us are. Anyway, our list, but our top 11 favorite bands at the moment. Now, a couple of us are doing it differently. So as we get to that person, describe how you're doing it. If you're doing traditionally, like of all time, or a certain point, or tell me how you're doing it. So let's start out with Jill. How are you doing it? And what are your first top 3, 11, 10, 9?
All right. So this was very hard to do because I have a lot of favorite bands. I have never in my life attempted to sit down and make a top 10 list. Never done it. Just because I've always thought it to be too hard. Everyone always asks me, well, what's your favorite band? Especially like people that, not like our groups, but like just people that like I know,
Right.
like my friends and stuff like, oh, what's your band? I never have an answer. I don't know what my favorite band is. I know what the answer was for the first 20 years of my life. And it's interesting to say that band is not on my list today. And they're staring down at me right now. Gene Simmons isn't getting any money out of me today, so we'll leave it at that. Which is actually kind of sad that the band that I would have said for the first 20 years of my life is my favorite band is not on my top 11 list anymore. Just my taste have changed. I've moved on a little bit, I think, but still love them. And they made my long list. They're probably somewhere in the top 20, I would say, but not in the top 11. So again, like Jerry and Mark said, this is today. This could change tomorrow. There's bands that could fluctuate in and out, especially towards the bottom. The top 5 or so, that's pretty set. But the rest could fluctuate. And so my number 11 is a band that I have gotten into a lot over the last couple of years. I've always loved them. I mean, they're still, everyone always makes fun of me for the one album I think is very overrated, because I do think it's very overrated. And that's Pink Floyd, is my number 11. Just a band that I love. I've been getting into the early stuff more. I've been getting into the later stuff more. I've always loved the period of Pink Floyd that everyone always talks about, the 72 to 80 period. But I mean, I've gotten huge into the Final Cut over the last few years. I've really gotten into the Division Bell. I've gotten into some of the early stuff as well. So they've really shot up my list the last couple of years. So that's my number 11 is Pink Floyd. Number 10 is a band that's just been hovering around my list for a long time. They've always been one of my favorite bands. When I first started listening to the Rock Metal Combat podcast around 2015, this is one of the first bands that I really dove into because of them, and that is Blue Öyster Cult. Just a band that I have a huge respect for. I think their discography is very consistent. There's only a few albums of theirs I'm not huge on, but I mean, that first run of albums with the original lineup is pretty much perfect in my opinion. That first 10 years with the Bouchard brothers. Pretty much a perfect run of albums. Heaven Forbid is a great album. And then, I mean, The Symbol Remains is one of my favorite albums of the last decade. Just absolutely phenomenal. They still bring it live. Such a consistent, solid band. Really, really love Blue Öyster Cult. And then my number 9 is Dream Theater. I mean, I'm a huge prog guy. Everyone knows this about me. Dream Theater is just one of those bands that for years, when I was getting into heavier music and more progressive music, they were that doodly band that I just thought played a lot too many notes. I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. And then probably about 7 or 8 years ago, I sat down, I bought the box set of everything from Images and Words up through, I think it was Dramatic Turn of Events. And I sat down and I put on Images and Words, and it changed my mind immediately. I mean, that is probably in my top 10 albums of all time now. Images and Words is a fantastic album. And then I got into Awake, and then Metropolis and Train of Thought and 6 Degrees, and just so many fantastic albums. I really grew to appreciate not only their musicality, but also I think there is, and I know that there's people, and I completely understand where they come from. I know Andy's one of them that just can't connect with their music, and I completely understand that. I do really connect with their music personally. I do feel that emotion in their music, and I can understand how people might not. So that's a band that I will never begrudge somebody not getting into, because I can tell, because I used to be the same way. I did not connect with their music at all, and then I did, and I can't explain why, but I just really do. And so they have really worked their way into my top 10 over the last couple of years. So that's my 11, 10, and 9 is Pink Floyd, Blue Öyster Cult, and Dream Theater.
I've also gotten into Dream Theater over the past couple of years. I've become a huge fan over time. Especially the first 3 with Kevin Moore.
Yep.
Yeah, those first 3, Awake and Images and Words. Oh man.
Yeah,
I love it.
And Kevin Moore did wonders for Fate's Warning after he left Dream Theater.
Fate's Warning's a killer.
He did two fantastic albums with Fate's Warning.
Train of Thought, man.
Images and Words is one of those few albums that I put on for the first time and I fell in love with.
It's fresh. It was so fresh at that time.
My favorite album by them is Train of Thought.
That's a great album.
As I Am, that song just resonates with me.
Yeah, Octavarium. Oh yeah,
Octavarium is so good. You know, and Black Clouds and Silver Linings, the last album with Mike, and he left, and then I guess they went downhill. I like the albums after.
No, the first 2 albums with Mangini are good. Dramatic Turn of Events is a great album. The self-titled has some songs that are okay, but there's some really good stuff in there. The Astonishing blows.
Yeah, it does. We did a
so
review with Chris Elio. It was horrible on Freeform.
And then the last two Mangini albums are okay. They're not great. And then I was really disappointed by Parasomnia. So
I love Parasomnia.
There's some good tracks on there. Like Night Terror is great, and Bend the Clock, especially Bend the Clock, is just a fantastic song. But the rest of the album is like,
it's very weird, Andy. Because I just want to make a comment about your three. Pink Floyd fell out of my top 11. Really? I put them on my list, and then the more I put other bands in front, it just kept on falling. And I'll explain why later on. But great picks, Joe. And I'm really glad that you're digging Division Bell. That's a great album.
Yeah, that's one. Jerry kept getting like, you got to check out the Division Bell. Because I was like, I'm not a fan of the later stuff, and that Jerry'd always bring up the Division Bell, and I'm glad I did because I really, really did.
I think High Hopes is their best song.
See, that's what I'm still like. I like that song, but it's not one of my favorites on the album. I just Take It Back and Coming Back to Life.
Maybe it's because of the way David Gilmour says, the grass was greener. You know, I love that shit.
Where in the Inside Out by Rick Wright singing is a fucking great tune, man.
It is.
All right, Andy, you're up next, dude.
All right, great. Like I said, the bands have to make at least 10 albums or more, and then I rank them according to how many of those 10 or more albums did I like, what percentage of it. So number 11, I'm starting off with Metallica at number 11. They had more than 10 albums, but the middle parts, the Load, the Reload, the Saint Anger, the Lulu, I know that that's not the album, but they played on it. That counts to me.
It does.
So those were 4 albums that not only did I not care for, they were just bad, in my opinion. They were just bad. And so that's why they fell to number 11. Yes, that's a great album. That was a really good album. My number 10, I'm going to go with Genesis.
Nice.
The reason why they are in there, and they weren't there before, but they are in there now. A lot of these bands have moved into my top 11 because of podcasting and because of my brothers and sisters introducing me to music that I thought I knew, but showing me a different way to hear them. So Genesis at number 10. I learned that
it's because you came around on the Lamb, Andy. It's because you came around on the Lamb.
Freeform Rock Podcast. Go check that episode out, by the way.
I had always been in a camp of, I can only listen to Peter. I can only listen to Phil. And then I was like, dude, why can't I just hear them both? And I'll talk about another band like that too. But yeah, Genesis number 10. And number 9 is going to be Frank Zappa. He released more than 10 albums. I'll just say that.
Really? I thought he was pretty conservative in how much he released.
You got 2 Frank Zappa nerds right here. So,
but there were a couple of times he was just too experimental for me. So that's why he has so many albums that not only will I not re-listen to, but I just don't even visit them because I know that he's respected in different forms of music, but there's different forms of music that I don't enjoy. So that's why he's at number 9.
Cool.
How many albums does Frank Zappa have officially?
He released 63 in his lifetime, and they're up to about 140.
I'm a massive Frank Zappa fan.
So that's why he's down low, because of the percentage of stuff that brought him down my pikes there. So that was number 11 Metallica, number 10 Genesis, and number 9 Frank Zappa.
Cool. Travis.
Number 11, band I've loved for a very long time. I remember when I first heard Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll when I played Guitar Hero 3. I had to go get that debut album from Blue Öyster Cult, and I saw the trippy psychedelic artwork, and hearing Transmaniac on MC for the first time blew me away. I was already into Black Sabbath, so this was basically the American Black Sabbath at that time. Absolutely love Blue Öyster Cult. From the debut to Fireman and Origin, man, it's just a perfect catalog at that point. And I love The Symbol Remains and I love Heaven Forbid, but it's all about that 70s era stuff. And my favorite Blue Öyster Cult album has always been Spectres. Great album. Great band. Amazing band. I'm glad they're in my top 11. Number 10. Now, there's a couple bands, including this one, that I have chosen specifically for a certain era of a band. It's technically cheating, but this era is so damn good. I couldn't help but put these guys on my list. AC/DC, but specifically the stuff with Bon Scott. The 70s AC/DC era is absolutely pure rock and roll bliss. One of the best bands ever in my world. And if you don't like AC/DC, go fuck yourself. All right. Number 9.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that later after the podcast.
You love AC/DC. All right. Number 9, Van Halen. Van Halen 2. That's my favorite Van Halen album. Just pure, good, feel good rock and roll music. Their music is basically a celebration of life. I love it. I love classic Van Halen. So my number 11 is Blue Öyster Cult. Number 10 is AC/DC. Number 9 is Van Halen. I take back that thing about AC/DC. If you don't like AC/DC, that's fine. I don't care.
If you don't like
I
AC/DC,
agree with you.
I would go, if you don't like AC/DC, I don't know if I could trust you. But that's about it.
Well, I just
All
don't
right,
know
Tim.
about top 11, but that's my opinion. What do I know?
No, but
You
there's
know a
plenty of
lot.
bands I love. There's plenty of bands I love that didn't make my list.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Tim.
I started this list. I just looked over at my CDs and what am I listening to? And this is what I came down with. And since I'm an old fuck, most of these have been around for ever and a day. Because when I like a band, I like a band. My number 11 is, especially the Mach 2 version, Deep Purple. My number 10 band is going to be, yeah, okay. My number 10 band is going to be the Scorpions.
Good pick.
And my number 9 band is going to be, as Travis said, AC/DC. And I prefer Bon Scott era, but I'm not, totally shut off to Brian Johnson.
No, some of the Brian Johnson stuff is amazing. Back in Black, perfect album. Love For Those About to Rock, and I love Ball Breaker too. Man, underrated.
Cool. All right, Mark.
Oh, I'm gonna go. These are bands. I picked my list of bands that I'm just jamming lately. So my 1 and 2 is, I'm gonna make it finally a decision on what my number 1 band is of all time. Stay tuned for that.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
You guys might not know what I'm gonna pick.
Well, it's
But
either going to be Rush or the
If
Beatles.
if it's not the one that I think we all think it's going to be, you're lying to yourself, Mark. But
no, I'm not. Because
No,
I
think Mark can put 1 or 2. I think I know the 2 bands he's talking about, and I can see his point of view switching.
yeah. And then I'm gonna go for the Black Crowes, my number 11. I've loved that band ever since they came out in 1990. Height of grunge, this band still made great albums and still was on MTV. They still got through with their brand of music, man. And then Warrant, man. Everything with Janie Lane is just amazing. Great band, great songwriter. Maybe the whole band didn't play on the albums, but Janie Lane was still there, writing the lyrics and giving the direction. And then I'm gonna go for Winger as my number 9.
Right?
Fuck you, Beavis and Butthead. Winger's fucking one of the most amazing bands that came out of that era.
Yeah,
The musicianship, the
Metallica.
songwriting, everything.
Winger's
Everything of that band. They need to be celebrated. And they are amazing. So that's my 11, Black Rose, 10, Warrant, and 9, Winger.
Winger is a great band.
Oh, I made my list, like I said earlier. Everybody knows Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Styx, Boston, Metallica, blah, blah, blah. Boring. Of course, those are my favorite bands.
I didn't pick
But
those either.
I'm just saying. Um, so I decided anything from 1990 up, and what I've been playing mostly on my playlist lately. And my number 11 is a band I've just recently discovered, and they're absolutely fantastic. I'm not a punk fan, a huge punk fan at all. But when I heard this band, their every song is like a minute and a half, but they're fucking awesome. I love them. I think Joe knows who I'm going to think of. I play them every week on the show. Emil and the Sniffers, man. I love that fucking band, dude. They are energy. They're like a more punkier Blondie, in my opinion. Early Blondie, that is. I mean, they're
They
just
kind of
really,
remind me
really
of the Plasmatics.
true. That
A
too,
little bit.
absolutely. There's a lot of
Yeah,
Wimpy
I
in
listened to that
Emil.
song. I said it was really good. I got no response, but
Yeah. When did you post that?
I put it. I texted you personally and said that was a
I don't
good song.
remember that.
Some mutts can't be muzzled. I love that song.
True. And then another band who I've recently been not recently, I've been a few years I've been into this band. Absolutely love the lead singer, especially when you open up a certain album and you see a nice picture of her. Talk about the pretty reckless, man. I fucking love Taylor
Great
Momsen's
band.
voice, man. What a fucking that little girl, maybe 100 pounds soaking wet with that powerful fucking voice, man. Are you shitting me? Fucking awesome,
And
dude.
then you imagine her as Cindy Lou Who.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Who,
weird.
by the way, is a New Hampshire resident.
Yeah.
Born and bred.
Fucking fantastic band.
We
Man.
we
I
tell
think
the story.
her brother isn't her brother the drummer? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I remember right. Yeah.
but Jerry, remember that story when you texted me? Did you
What is
open
this,
your cover
Hailstorm?
yet?
Yeah.
Jerry texted me
Hell-
because I didn't open my vinyl. Open the vinyl. Look at the gatefold.
Yeah. Nice picture. But number 9 is a band I had just discovered in, as I mentioned a million times every show, Rocklahoma last year. Fucking Paralandra, man. I'm telling you, dude. They got 2 albums, Street Magic and The Body Electric, man. They're fucking just banging, rocking albums from start to finish, man. The lead singer, Cassandra Carson, is just another one with a fucking incredible voice, man. Great live show, great studio band. And I
Yeah,
think
her
they're
dad's
gonna,
the lead guitar on there too.
oh, absolutely, yeah. Fucking
Yeah, her dad.
fantastic band.
Yeah.
So I got, and this is strictly from what I've been listening to on my playlist lately too, as well. So got
Check out our
we got
review on that album, The Body Electric, on Freeform.
Emo, Paralandra, and the Pretty Reckless are my 11, 10, 9. So
Nice.
Joe, 876.
All right. So my first 3 picks were all bands that I've gotten into a lot over the last couple of years. These next 3 picks are bands that I've been listening to since I knew what music was. These are bands that I have been into for 25 years. And these are bands that my parents listened to nonstop when I was growing up. And there's a lot more of these bands that made my long list, but didn't make my top 11. And the first one, it's been mentioned already, the mighty Van Halen. My parents, my dad especially, he had all of the David Lee Roth albums on cassette when I was growing up, and we listened to those albums nonstop. The first album, Van Halen 2, Fair Warning, Women and Children First, Diver Down, 84. Just what a perfect run of albums. And then you add in Different Kind of Truth on top of that, and I really, really dig that album. And then there's this whole like 30-year period where Van Halen didn't exist. What's up with that? And you know, I wish they would have existed during that 30-year period. They could probably only go up on my list. You know, if they would have put out albums in that 30-year period. David Lee Roth still put out albums. They put out some pretty good albums, but Van Halen for about like 30 years just stopped putting out albums. I don't know what was with that.
Like
they put out 84. They said they put out 84. They said we can't top this, and then they just stopped making albums. I wonder what happened.
No.
And you know what?
No.
They didn't.
Yeah.
No, I love Sammy.
Oh well.
Oh,
Who? I'm sorry. What? Mark, you're breaking up. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
I got
number
it,
eight,
Sammy.
number 8.
It's funny. A lot of people.
This is my list. So in my imagination, Van Halen didn't exist after 1984.
That's fine.
We're gonna live in that little. We're gonna live in that little fantasy world for the next couple.
I'm just saying they did for me. But
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. My number 7, a band so good that Jerry and I started a YouTube channel about them. Styx. just a band that's been around for me for my entire life. Like I said on our channel, Heavy Water 77, I wore Pieces of Eight to dust. The cassette tape that we had, it rarely ever left our cassette deck. And then when my dad got his turntable fixed, I had Grand Illusion and Paradise Theater, and then I only got into them more over the years, and now getting into them even more doing this show with Jerry, I discovered even more about sticks that I love. So they just keep getting higher and higher on my list. So that's my number 7. And then my number 6 is one that Tim mentioned. The greatest band to ever come out of Germany, the Scorpions. I was a very lucky child to have been raised not only on the classic Scorpions albums, but also on the Uli Jon Roth albums. Not a lot of kids my age were raised on the Uli Jon Roth era of the Scorpions, so I count myself fairly lucky there. That not only was I listening to stuff like Love Drive and Blackout and Love at First Sting, but I was listening to In Trance and Taken by Force and Tokyo Tapes. And then even the later stuff. The Scorpions were one of the few bands that my dad actually kept buying their new albums. So when Humanity came out, I owned that from the day it came out. And when Sting and the Tail came out, and when all that early 2000 Scorpion stuff, that was one of the only bands that my dad was still buying the new albums as they came out. And so I got to hear those, and I fell in love with those. And I have a relationship with the Scorpions discography that I don't have with a lot of other bands, where I didn't know a lot of their later era albums. The Scorpions were one of the few bands where I did know as these albums were coming out. Kiss was another one. I mean, we had Psycho Circus. My dad got Sonic Boom. I got Monster when it first came out. That was one of the first CDs I ever bought. So there's these bands where I was still in touch with their catalog as it was moving on, and not like some other bands. But so that's my 8, 7, and 6 is Van Halen, Styx, and the Scorpions.
Well, that's pretty cool because it's something that you and your dad share. That's why y'all kept on buying them going into the 2000s, and that's really cool.
Yeah, when I was going to say real quick, when Rock Believer came out a couple years ago, I bought myself a copy and I bought my dad a copy at the same time.
Yeah,
just
you see, that's
we both had
shared
one
together.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go record shopping, I wonder what it'd be like if my dad was with me to go with me, because of course my dad passed away when I was 5, but one day I asked what kind of music did my dad listen to, because it's important to me. Sabbath, Beatles, Jim Croce. I was all like, dude, that's what I listen to. It's crazy. But number 8, it's already been mentioned, AC/DC. It's my number 8. And, with Bon Scott, that's their best. But with the great Brian Johnson, they're still the greats. I mean, they went from best to great. I love almost every album that they ever put out because it's AC/DC. They're unmistakable.
They don't have a bad album.
It is what it is.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Perfect discography.
Perfect. It really is, in my opinion, too. I think it's perfect.
But they're still putting out fantastic stuff.
Yes. I mean, that should be their last one, though.
Yeah. I hope it is. I do.
Yeah. Because they really went out on a high note.
These last 2 have both been great.
Yep. Yes.
These last 2 have been phenomenal.
Yeah. And they really just
Black Ice was
just
awful.
I love Black Ice.
Just keeps going. My number 8. No, I did number 8. Number 7, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I like almost every single album that they came out with. I think one of the tragedies about Tom Petty passing was the work that he was putting out right before his death, because those last 4 Tom Petty albums were some of the best.
Yes.
I mean, big time. You had Hypnotic Eye. You had Mojo. You had Echo. You had The Last DJ. All those were just quintessential Tom Petty. For the mass audiences that kind of, after that Last Dance for Mary Jane kind of pushed them to the side, big mistake. I miss him so much because his death really affected me more than any other artist because of what was coming after. I believe that there was still more great stuff to come out from him. When others passed away, they're already past their prime, of what to expect from them. So Tom Petty, number 7. Number 6, I am going to go with Aerosmith. I might have lost touch with Aerosmith, but that was later on. Maybe when they got to the Just Play, the last 2 or 3 albums, I kind of went away from them. But all the way up from their debut to Get a Grip, I think are fantastic albums. That's a very high percentage for this band. That's almost 80% of their output is fantastic. So Aerosmith, I put at number 6.
Yeah. And for the majority of the career, it's been the same members too. I mean, just that one album, basically, right? That's pretty cool.
It's the same band.
Rock and a Hard Place rules.
Album and a half. Yeah.
9 in a Ruts.
Yeah.
Good too. I love both of them.
But that was and I think they had to do that to stay freaking alive. They were going down some dark paths, man. They had to do something.
They snorted their private jet up their nose. They said
shit, bro. I mean, those dudes.
They came with the Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
That band broke up over a glass of milk.
So I went AC/DC, Tom Petty, and Aerosmith there.
Awesome. All right, Travis.
All right, before I get through my 8 through 6, all I got to say is I don't hate Van Halen and Sammy Hagar as much as everybody else do because the Galactic Cowboys exist. They're the worst. But number 8, Rainbow. Man. Especially the stuff with Ronnie James Dio. And I love all the Rainbow albums, man. I know a lot of people kind of take off after Ronnie James Dio left, which I understand because, man, those are some mighty big shoes to fill. But, man, I love all the Rainbow albums, but it's all about the Ronnie James Dio era, and Rising is by far their best album. And when I was talking about AC/DC earlier, Let There Be Rock, that's my favorite AC/DC album. But Rainbow Rising,
Power Ridge.
Rainbow, just
Power Ridge.
Ronnie James Dio, Richie Blackmore, and all the great backup musicians they had over the years. Incredible. I love Rainbow. Number 7 is a band I've lived with since I was a teenager, thanks to my dad. I remember looking at the Wish You Were Here album cover with the man shaking the Man on Fire's hand, and it was so mysterious. I didn't know what this was all about. But hearing Shine On You Crazy Diamond for the first time was like an eye-opening experience, and it changed my life, and I became a massive Pink Floyd fan. And I love the early stuff. I love the pre-Dark Side of the Moon stuff a lot. I love Dark Side of the Moon. Perfect album to me. But one of my favorites is Metal. I love Metal. And my favorite Pink Floyd album, it used to be The Wall, but now it's Animals. Animals.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But, and check out that remaster that came out about maybe a few years ago. Man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And number 6, I agree with Andy. Aerosmith. To me, a lot of people will say Van Halen's the greatest American rock band. To me, it's Aerosmith.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Steven Tyler, in my opinion, I mean, he can still sing. I think he is the best rock singer that's alive right now because he still has it. He had some vocal issues in the past, but he got through it. And if you heard what he sounded like back at the beginning show, he still has it, man. He's got that magic. I love Steven Tyler's voice, one of my favorite singers of all time. 70s Aerosmith, man, you can't go wrong.
No.
It's just they're the hard rock Rolling Stones. Amazing. So 8 is Rainbow, 7 is Pink Floyd, and 6 is Aerosmith.
And according to all of our lists, I'm pretty sure we put Aerosmith above Rolling Stones, period.
Oh, absolutely.
I do too. Yeah,
absolutely. The Rolling Stones have some bad albums.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Yeah. A lot.
All righty then. Tim.
All right. 876, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
876, my number 8. How could I not pick this band on my list? I mean, I've grown up with this band, and they're fucking amazing. Judas Priest. Okay, my number 7. I'm gonna go with. They're one of the, as far as I'm concerned, They're one of the premier hard rock bands of the 70s and early 80s. They just kicked ass, and they are the greatest import from Ireland, Thin Lizzy.
Amazing.
A lot of people would agree with that. It's a good pick.
And I'm going to go with my number 6. Looking over my list here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go with, I'm an Aerosmith nut swinger too, so. Their 70s output is just, you can't beat it. You just can't. You can try.
It's pretty
but
impressive.
you'll
It's
fail.
an impressive catalog, absolutely.
And I got to say, Get Your Wings, that's my favorite.
That's mine too.
That's a great album. Fantastic.
Yeah, it is. But you could put on any 70s Aerosmith album.
The debut was hit and miss. There's a couple hit and miss on the debut album. But
Oh, yeah, there is.
Pretty much, it's pretty solid discography. Absolutely. All right, Mark.
Well, I'm going to go with my bands that I'm listening to a lot in heavy rotation lately. I'm going to go for 8 Europe. I love that band. I get a little irritated when people just judge them by the final countdown when they have much better stuff before. And in 2004, Skip the Superstitious album. I understand why you guys don't like that. I do love the
final
harmonies.
countdown, that was so fucking bad.
Okay, but did you hear Wings of Tomorrow? Did you hear the self-titled Europe album?
Yes.
Those are way different.
They are
than
better.
Final Countdown.
They are better.
They're progressive Deep Purple, which they went back to in 2004.
But the final countdown was so
I get it.
bad.
I get it. I do like that album, but that's my least favorite.
Mark, you know what? You always mention of how the vocals affect your liking. I just never care for that dude.
I love Joey's vocals.
It really just goes down my spine sometimes.
For what it is, I love the final countdown, but Ninja's the best song on that album.
No, Ninja's a great song. Ninja's a
Norm's a great guitar player. He's
John
fucking
Norum rules.
fantastic.
John Norum rules.
Especially Up from the Ashes with John Dawkins.
Okay, shut up about that album.
The
better version of Carrie was on Wings of Tomorrow, by the way.
And absolutely that John.
There's another version of it.
John
Dawkins on Wings of Tomorrow
with John Norum. That's a great album too.
They recut that song for the final countdown, but it was originally on Wings of Tomorrow.
Is it the same? Is it any different?
It's a little harder, a little more raw on Wings of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Still a shitty ballad.
I love this song.
All right, Mark, go
so
ahead.
Let me get to number 7. I got to go for Van Halen. All 3 versions. I barely just got into Van Halen 3 after 30 years of not listening to it.
4 versions.
Well,
there's more great songs on there than bad songs. So, but I love
you're defending Van Halen 3 now.
I've been defending it for a
I don't
couple
hate
years
that
now.
album.
I don't hate it.
I hate that album.
I do.
Versions, by the way.
It's not
better
as
than
bad
A Different
as
Kind of
people think
Truth.
it is.
I said it.
I love A Different Kind of Truth. But I love the Sammy era. I love the Roth era. And I like Sharon. It's not as good as Sammy or Dave, but it's a good album. It's not great. It's better than I thought it was back in the day.
Hey, Mitch Malloy was in that band for like a second.
Who?
And I'll take Mitch Malloy over Sammy Hagar and Gary Sharon.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, guys, it was painful to admit that I liked that last Extreme album. It really was.
That hasn't come out yet.
You all fucking know. I've said it a million times.
All right. And then I get to my number 6, Ugly Kid Joe. I just been jamming it forever, man.
Favorites of all time? Really?
Well, as of now.
Okay, fair enough. You're right. Fair enough. Beautiful. Mine is too.
Whipper Crane has a great voice, man.
Who?
Check out that Whipper Crane, man.
Isn't that the Scarecrow from Batman?
Ichabod Crane? Who? That's the dude's real name, seriously? That's not the dude's real name, seriously?
Yeah, Whitford Crane.
Whitford Crane.
He's the original? The guy from the...
Yes, he's the same vocalist.
The one who
okay.
did Neighbors and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Don't
a-
think about Neighbors or I Hate Everything About You. Listen to their later
Hey, I
stuff.
like their version of Cats in the Cradle. That's like one of the only things I like.
That is
from
one
them,
of the
but,
worst songs they've ever
I,
done.
I love so far how half the bands on Mark's list have been, don't listen to their popular songs. It's their deep cuts, man.
It is. It's the deep cuts. It's always about because the popular songs, you know, when something's popular, it's not as good as we
It
all
is.
go to the deep
can
cuts.
be. It can be.
Can be.
Okay,
can be.
so you like Jump the best off of 1984?
No, but it's a great song.
Okay, but what song do you like off that album? That's a deep cut that wasn't a
Drop
single.
Dead Legs.
Thank
Drop
you.
Dead Legs.
Drop Dead
Not
Legs.
Jimmy.
House of Pain.
Yeah, that too. Thank
It's
you.
not fucking Top Jimmy. That song sucks.
I love
Oh,
Top
Top
Jimmy.
Jimmy is awesome, man.
I hate that
Oh,
song.
Jimmy.
Girl Gone Bad. I love
That's a
Girl Gone
great
Bad.
song.
All right, so
Even Panama is a great song. Overplayed, but great.
Panama.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we all basically because we're music fans,
Overplayed doesn't
we
mean
just
that.
don't go for the singles. We listen to the
See,
other
Mark, but
tracks.
there's a
Fucking with you,
difference.
dude.
People will admit that Jump is still a good song. You're saying everyone hates these bands because their singles are awful.
I said the final
But they're
countdown
really good
singles.
bands.
The final countdown singles are awful. Even though I do like
And
that album, I'm not.
Superstitious.
I did like Superstitious. You guys hate Superstitious because I
I
love
never
the
even
harmonies
heard
on
of
that.
Superstitious.
Keep on walking
Tune,
that road.
tune into
and
Sirius
I'll
XM Hair
follow.
Nation for about an hour. They'll play it 3
Every
times.
5 minutes, that song is. Every time I get in my fucking car, that song is on. Hair Nation. It really is. That and fucking Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yep.
Every fucking
and
5
at
minutes.
least 10 different Bon Jovi
Hey,
songs, even though
John,
Bon Jovi
John Norum wasn't on that album, by the way. I'm just gonna say.
Well, then I won't blame him
Smart.
for it. But
All right, so that was my 876.
Awesome. All right. My number 8 is actually, I've been getting into their newer stuff lately. I was hesitant to listen to their new stuff, but I'm loving Perdita and I'm fucking loving Tiny Music. And I never really cared for Tiny Music before.
Oh,
but
that rules.
but you know, Core and Purple are two of the fucking best,
Yeah, they're a great band, man.
1-2 punch of all time, in my opinion. I love Stone Temple Pilots and the Scott Wilner, but I'm starting to dig. And I just found out that fucking dude was in the band for a little while. I don't think he did any albums with them, but
Yeah, Chester
he died
Bennington.
too. Chester Bennington, yeah. Didn't know that actually, so that was kind of interesting to find. They didn't do an album, right?
They did EPs.
EPs, gotcha.
They did an EP.
But,
I love STP.
I'm digging Jeff, man. I think he's a great singer, man. I think he's cool. I mean, he's not Scott Weiland, but he is.
Check out this
he's
one,
just-
Shangri-La Di Da. This is a great
Yeah.
STP album.
Yeah, that's a
Number
good
4
one,
is
too.
great too.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Number
is great.
4 is one of my favorites.
Oh, I
In fact,
agree
That
with
came
you.
out, yeah.
One of my favorites.
That was like
Nice
It's
to
so
meet
dark.
you.
Sour Girl. I love Sour Girl. Oh,
Down. Freaking Down is awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Tiny
but
Music
very-
has a lot of great songs.
Oh,
Tiny
hell yeah.
Music's great.
Tripping in
and
a
that
Hole.
was-
That's a good
I saw
song.
that tour. Was that one? But number 4, that jumped up over Purple for me because it's a darker sound
It is.
on that album. So
They had
good.
Sarah Michelle Gellar in the video for Sour Girl. I was like, wow, Buffy's in here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that was the perfect time for her too.
Yeah.
Same with Alicia Silverstone with Aerosmith, man. I kind of gave her a lot of popularity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
But,
both of is just.
I want to have my underage daughter in a video stripping, but that's just me. But
I wouldn't have, but that's Steven Tyler for you.
What?
Steven Tyler for you.
Oh,
And then my
God.
next one,
Steven
one
Tyler
is
had an affair
Yeah.
with an underage girl, so
this band actually technically came out in the 80s, but their first album came out in 1990, I believe, if I remember right. Alice in fucking Chains, dude. Facelift, man. Still one of the best fucking albums ever. Fucking the Dirt. Fucking Jar of Flies. Fucking just 3 great 1-2-3 punch right there, man. And
Stop.
again,
even their new
another
stuff.
Sap. Yeah, Sap. What was Sap? Sap was
That was
Acoustic
between.
too.
That was acoustic. It was
It wasn't-
between.
yeah,
Facelift
it
and Jar of
wasn't.
Flies.
It wasn't. It was actually an official release. An official.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
studio
it's
album?
an EP. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
thought
have
was
it
like
on
a- I thought-
vinyl.
Okay.
That's
EP
Rainier,
or an EP.
Rainier Fog is
it's an
awesome.
EP. Yeah, their last couple albums with
Freak.
William Duvall have been great.
Yeah.
I
love
have
the
not
first
gotten
album.
into them. I'm going based off their first 3 albums, which are fucking fantastic.
first time I heard that track, I fell in love. Bleed the freak.
You know the thing
Oh,
about
dude, just when you hear that when I heard Man in the Box for the first time, I was just blown away, dude.
But something about
Fucking-
Bleed the Freak to me just made
We
me
Die
go.
Young, man. We Die Young.
Mhm.
That a Facelift album, I really didn't get into it that right away. It took me a little while, but it's side two, the second half of that album.
Yeah.
It is freaking awesome.
It's a
dude.
perfect album, in my opinion.
All the
first two,
different
I think, are
people
almost
that they
perfect.
take on that album.
Screw grunge. That's just a great metal album.
I don't
I
think they
agree.
made a bad album, by the way. I'm just saying.
I actually think that
they
band
might
got-
have albums that are lower on my rating
I
with
actually
them,
think
but
that band
no,
got
it's not that
sidetracked because they were lumped in the grunge era or the grunge movement or whatever.
Yeah.
If they had
I
just
think
been a
one of
rock
the
and roll band, they would have been
one of the greatest songs,
huge.
one of the greatest songs they ever done was "Your Decision" with William Duvall.
Mhm.
So I mean, Black Fades in the Blue is a great.
And they
I
sound
mean,
and they still sound
Stone
great
Temple
live.
Pilots are linked in with grunge, and they're like,
they're not making good stuff.
Well, but that's because they were never big enough in the grunge movement that they still could do their own thing.
yeah.
yeah. But the
Alice
thing
in
is, Stone
Chains
Temple
just-
Pilot
got-
though,
They
you
got
think that they'd be in
too
the grunge.
locked into it.
Yeah.
That band
pretty
and
much so.
Soundgarden, I think,
Yeah.
was doing a disservice by being lumped into the grunge.
Yeah,
era.
because Pearl Jam was the only one of that big four that managed to break away and do their own thing. Nirvana blew up before they got a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, because of Cobain dying, and then I mean, Alice in Chains pretty much ended around the same time because of Lane. I mean, they were done by '96, so they didn't really get a chance. The Tripod album is their most grunge album because they finally like, okay, well, we're grunge now, so we're just gonna do so that the Three-Legged Dog album is just a grunge album pretty much. And then Soundgarden the same way, they kind of got swallowed up by it by the time Down on the Upside came out. That was like, okay, we're grunge, I guess.
Yeah.
They sound more like the
grunge
Beatles
now.
on
Let's go down
they
the 5 and 10 cent store and get
Down
flannel.
on the Upside. They have more Beatles harmonies than any other album they've ever had, though.
But also, don't y'all think that this grunge movement also helped them at the same time?
Oh yeah,
because they might not even have gone anywhere without that grunge label.
Well,
I would say
pigeonholed.
Facelift and Bad Motorfinger blew up before Nirvana was even a thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know if they would have been as big if Nirvana hadn't happened, but I mean, Outshined and Man in the Box were both huge before Nirvana.
Oh yeah. But it was the turning on the lights to that area, and then saying, well, let's see what else we could pull out of there and what else we can saturate from this. How much money
and
can
then
we
Smells
make?
Like Teen Spirit happened.
But wasn't grunge just a modern day Black Sabbath?
Grunge is we talked about this so much. Grunge is not a real genre.
I know it isn't, but
it is a clothing brand.
That's what I'm saying.
Grunge is a clothing brand.
That's what I'm trying to say. They were a modern day Black Sabbath, but the thing is, Black Sabbath was a modern day Beatles.
But the thing is, none of those bands sounded remotely alike. So, like,
I think
Alice in Chains took more from like the thrash bands. I mean, Soundgarden, it was a lot of different stuff. Pearl Jam was the lighter side of things.
But all those grunge bands who did those harmonies had the Beatles harmonies.
I mean, everybody had the Beatles harmonies.
Yeah,
Mark.
exactly.
They're the fucking Beatles.
Yes. But I'm saying, I thought it was just rock, like Billy Joel says, it's still rock and roll to me.
All righty then.
But you were listening to Warrant, so I mean.
My number 6 is dude, this band is awesome. I'm kind of regretting not putting this band up a little higher on my list, but fucking Opeth, dude. I'm telling you, man. What a fucking band, dude. Talk about a band that never has a boring song. It has everything in a fucking song. It's fucking Opeth, dude. Michael Ackerfeld, man. I'm telling you, that dude's a fucking master guitar player. I think he's the only guy from start to finish, isn't he?
Yeah, it's his band. It's his.
Pretty much.
I got the whole catalog now, man.
But fucking Frederick, man, is a great guitar player. One of those guys, I can't remember which one it is, actually played studio for Ghost Guitars too, if I remember. I can't remember which one it is.
I think they both have.
I think it is. Yeah, I think they both have. But fuck, dude. I don't go a show without playing an Opeth song, dude. It burns off about 20 and 30 minutes of the show, which is cool for me.
You got about 15 minutes at least there.
Exactly.
Hey, I
And,
played
and
I
second,
played Octavarium on my show one time, so
but dude, man, there's not a bad album. They're fucking from Orchid, Morning Rise. It's all they started out on fire, and there was that album that came out a couple years ago. It's fucking incredible too.
The Last Will and
The
Testament.
last album. Oh fuck, dude, not a bad fucking album, dude. And I've wanted a discography the last year and a half, and man, they are fucking solid, dude. Like I said, you get everything in an Opeth song. You get fucking
Yeah.
Beatles, you get Slayer, you get little
You get
fucking
Genesis,
Mozart. You get
Yeah.
everything in an Opeth. That's why I love them. And I think I probably should put them a little bit higher, but
I wish
they're in there
they
where
would have made my list. They're one of those bands that's kind of hovering in that middle area because like
they
I completely agree
they
with everything that
may
you said.
yeah, they may have would have made it if I would have did my if I was Zeppelin and that shit was in my list. They may have made my list. I don't know.
Yeah.
But man, they're a fucking solid band. So Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, and Opeth. All right, 5, 4, 3, Joe.
All right, my number. Let me get my list up here. My number 5. I mean, I don't have to say much. I've talked about this band ad nauseum for the last couple months. Just a band that has really taken over my music listening over the last couple years, and that is Marillion. They really, I mean, for a band that I really have only been into for the last 2 or 3 years, they have shot up my list just because how much their music has impacted my life and how much I connect with their music, and just it really it was really just something that I connected with, and I fell in love with their discography, and they've become one of my favorite bands. And like I always say, if you do not know Marillion, I always recommend checking them out. I
I've
play them on my radio show
I
all the time.
I
I
have.
know the song that I played last week really connected with some people. I really love that song, "Afraid of Sunlight." Just such a
That's a
great
great
song,
tune.
and
That's a great tune.
yeah, and it just a band that I highly recommend. I know that we plan on covering them on a freeform show sometime soon when everybody's schedules line up. So I'm hoping that more people get to check them out because I think they're a very underrated band, and they're just a band that I love listening to, a band that I love talking about. My number 4, it's the artist that I named my radio show after, Frank Zappa. Um, if there is one artist that I got into because of becoming friends with all of you guys in the podcasters, it's Frank Zappa. Ian Wadley got me into Frank Zappa so much, and I just fell in love with his catalog and his style and his playing and the musicians that he surrounded himself with and his attitude and just the way that he approached music. I fell in love with it. And I mean, I completely agree with Andy. There's some stuff that I can't get into. I mean, the Synclavier stuff, I'm just like, nah, you can have it. I don't need that. I understand why Frank Zappa loved that instrument, because he was such a perfectionist that he believed that his music could only be played by a computer because he musicians messed up his music. And there was a couple years there where he just wanted to play perfect music, and I completely understand that. Knowing his mindset, I don't like listening to it, but I understand where he's coming from. But for me, just that early stuff, I mean, Freak Out and We're Only in It for the Money, Uncle Meat, and then especially you get to Hot Rats and Weasels Rip My Flesh, and when he really started to get into like the fusion, and you get Waka Jawaka and Grandma Zoo, and then he just put together, in my opinion, one of the greatest lineup of musicians of all time with the Roxy Band, when you bring in Ruth Underwood and Chester Thompson and George Duke and Napoleon Murphy Brock and all of those musicians that he had around him. And then as soon as they leave, you bring in Terry Bozzio and Patrick O'Hearn and Adrian Ballou and Vinnie Colaiuta and Steve Vai and all of these amazing musicians that he brought in throughout the rest of the 70s into the 80s, and you got the amazing lineups that he had. I mean, I don't know if there's an artist in the history of music that surrounded himself with that many top level musicians. I mean, we talk about the kind of collective that Miles Davis had around him, or the collective that David Bowie had, or some of these other artists that really kind of collected musicians and just kept them all in his little circle. Frank Zappa, to me, is probably one of the greatest examples of that, and just the way that he brought out the individual talents of all these different players. You look at an interview with George Duke, and he talked about how he didn't realize that music could be made in the way that Frank Zappa made music, and it gave George Duke such a passion for making music again. When he just thought, I'm just a keyboard player, I'm just this, I'm just that, and Frank would hand him an instrument and say, play that. Well, I don't know how to play that. Well, yes, you do. Just play it. And he did. And it brought him all this passion for making music that really is just what Frank Zappa did and brought that out in people. And people may say, oh, the lyrics are stupid, or he's this, or he's that. You're missing the point. That's not what it's about. Frank Zappa didn't even want to write lyrics. Frank Zappa wrote lyrics because he felt like people wouldn't buy his music if it didn't have lyrics. And so if you really want to get a great feel for what Frank Zappa truly did, you need to listen to his instrumental stuff, because that was where his true passion was in abstract instrumental music.
And that's what the PMRC got him on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Middle track.
I got some requests for some kind of vegetable song from him the other day.
Yes, call any vegetable. Call any vegetable.
Something like that.
Because yes, a lot of his lyrics are stupid, but they're
funny actually
on purpose. Oh yeah, no, that's hilarious. I mean, don't eat the yellow snow and stink foot and
help, I'm a rock. Help, I'm a rock.
Help, I'm a rock.
By the way,
help, I'm a rock.
Rutabaga.
Yeah, Muffin Man and all these things that he's just like that. They were means to an end.
Valley Girl.
Yeah, they were means to an end. And then of course, as it got to the point where the later stuff where he had something to say, and it was a lot of protest songs, which his early stuff was as well. But you get into the 80s and he's writing all these songs about televangelists and stuff that he was genuinely upset about, and the PMRC.
One of the best pictures of him shitting in a toilet through a TV screen.
Yep.
I was like, one of the best visual. That is the truth. That picture is so truth.
Best visual.
Visual truth. Best
Dynamo home.
I am the slide.
Amazing.
It's so funny because I got that picture in my closet, and before I met Molly, I had this apartment. That picture was in my bathroom. And when she said, "Who the hell is that?" Because when she would use the bathroom, there was Frank Zappa taking a shit.
All right.
But yeah,
of course, I had to take it down eventually.
Oh, that's a great artwork.
And it's not framed anymore. It's just a.
Yeah.
I want it right
over.
It's
hidden in your Frank Zappa shrine in your closet.
Yeah.
Imagine Frank Zappa just staring at you as you go to the bathroom.
And it's so funny because she bought me another Frank Zappa picture that's better. She says better for the room, and it's in a concert. It might even be from Roxy. From
oh, nice, yeah, from that, yeah. But
from the Roxy, not the restroom.
Yeah, but yeah, just one of the most important artists for me to discover music. And my number 3 is Jerry's number either 1 or 2, Led Zeppelin, of his other list, not this list, of his all-time list. Just a band that I will never ever get tired of, and every time I listen to them, I just hear something new and something amazing. And you listen to stuff like Physical Graffiti or Houses of the Holy or even Zeppelin 4, that every song has been played to fucking death, and I won't get tired of it, other than 1 or 2 songs. But I mean, then I'll pull out something like In Through the Outdoor, and it's just so different and it's so cool. And you listen to stuff like Zeppelin 3, which is so underrated, and just for a band that has that much consistent airplay, there's still so much undiscovered material and so much songs that don't get talked about. And you get stuff like the Rain Song, and you get stuff like Out on the Tiles and Tangerine, and I mean, just
That's the Way.
That's the Way. Oh my God. Stuff like, and I mean, it's just
Gallows Pole.
I can't say enough. Yep. I can't say enough good things about Led Zeppelin, because they are just one of those bands that fully deserves the reputation that they have as one of the greatest bands of all time. So that's my 5, 4, and 3. We'll move on.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, my number 5, I am going to go with Van Halen. Great discography. I absolutely love every era. I'm not that keen on Van Halen 3. We've already talked enough about them, so I'll move on. Number 4, Deep Purple. Fantastic band. I love Mark II. Then I go to Mark 1. Then I go to Mark 4, and then the other Marks. Mark 3 is okay. I really like Coverdale when he was with Whitesnake. I thought those 2 albums that he did with them, Stormbringer and
Burn.
Burn were just okay. Just kind of a letdown after the great years that they had with Mark II. And I thought Mark One was a really good experimental period for them. So Deep Purple is my number 4. Number 3, Black Sabbath. I absolutely love Black Sabbath. Maybe 10 years ago they wouldn't even be on my list, and now they're number 3. Tells how great their music is to me at this time period. Dude, even the Deal years, which I think were just okay, but I'm getting to the Tony Martin years, and I really like those albums that they
I do
did.
too.
It's Eternal Idol. It's just a fantastic album that they don't mention much, and it's such a good album. I bought it on vinyl. Did you? I think Jerry and I did a vinyl battle with Tyre against
A
against
long
the
time
headless.
ago, we did we went through all the albums and we picked our favorite song from each Black Sabbath album.
Is that what we did too? I think it was a one and done. Okay, but because of this podcast and because a lot of you guys, Black Sabbath has been catapulted to number 3.
Cool. All right, Travis, you're up.
All right, number 5, one of my probably the best melodic hard rock band of all time. And by the way, 5 through 1 have always been my top 5 ever since I was getting into music. Number 5, UFO. I love UFO. Amazing. And my favorite album from them is it's actually a tie because it's 2 different eras. With Michael Schenker, it's Obsession. And with Paul Chapman, it's Mechanics. But UFO, an amazing band. I absolutely love UFO. Number 4, Rush. 2112. That's my favorite Rush album by far. I love Rush. Number 3, Black Sabbath. And originally, my favorite Black Sabbath album was Volume 4, but as years have gone by, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath has taken over.
That's mine. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just Black Sabbath is so important to me. I absolutely love Black Sabbath. I'm a massive fan. So 5 is UFO, 4 is Rush, 3 is Black Sabbath.
Cool. All right, Tim.
All right, my number 5, and I'm they're kind of low on the chart, but didn't really have much of a choice. I got to go with Led Zeppelin. And by the way, the Rain song is one of the greatest tunes ever written.
Sure.
It is.
By far. So my number 4 is a band that I can honestly say, very few bands I can say this about that I had the privilege of seeing live. And this is one of those bands. I saw them with the Scorpions, and this is Everything Motorhead. They're like one of my favorite bands ever, period.
Can't go
And
wrong there,
number-
man.
They just barely missed my list.
My number 3 is my newer band that had their debut released in, I believe, either 92 or 93.
I think the EP was 92.
Didn't have an EP.
Oh, that was a different band than I thought. Never mind.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And ever since, they've had just better albums and better albums. And even their last one was great. Tool.
I knew you were going to say that.
That was who it is.
All
Their
right.
EP, Opiate.
Yeah,
That came out
Oh.
in 19 Opiate came out in 92 and Undertow came out in
Yeah, I was
1993.
gonna say.
Yeah, I forgot that was, yeah. All right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I just go to Undertow as their first studio album. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yes. So 92.
Yeah.
And that's my 5, 4, 3.
All right, Mark.
5, 4, 3. This is difficult now because Andy already picked Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which I would have had here.
Just put him on there.
It's
we
on
just-
your
hate it when he
list,
does
Mark.
but
Just put him on there.
okay, I'll put Tom Petty. I was gonna put Alter Bridge, but I'll put Tom Petty.
Okay, there's no way that you could put Alter Bridge on this and not Tom Petty, Mark.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
lie to us.
But
Tom Petty spits all over
I
the
listen to that
Alter
guy
Bridge.
more than Alter Bridge. Yes,
Fuck out of here.
but I want to be different, but I can't be different because Tom Petty means so much to me. His band, whatever he's not a bad anything bad by Tom Petty ever. I don't think he's ever done anything bad. He might have had a bad song here and there, but even Let Me Up, I Had Enough. I like that album. It's not one of his best, and Southern Accents is kind of boring, but I still like it. I like the live versions of those songs better, but I got to put him there, man. He rules.
Yeah, he does.
And then I'm going to go with Cheap Trick because Cheap Trick rules, and Cheap Trick is way better than that other band I'm not going to mention.
The Rib Fest band you're talking about?
I got to put Cheap Trick on there.
Oasis?
And then
never heard of them.
And number 3, I was caught between Tesla and Suicidal Tendencies. I picked Suicidal. Because
I would have won Tesla, but nothing wrong with that.
Suicidal.
Knowing what band you talk about more, Mark, it's Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, I talk about Suicidal a lot.
He does talk about Suicidal a lot.
I
At
do
least he
talk
did
about Suicidal
for a long time.
Me and Travi talk about Suicidal a lot.
I'd put Tesla above him.
I would too, but the thing is, as of
opinion.
I'm listening to more Suicidal, the whole catalog, which is
I probably am too nowadays.
I still think I think you listen to Tesla more than some of the bands at the end of your list.
Maybe. No, not really. Black Crowes, Warrant, Metallica, no, Winger, Europe.
I think you listen to Tesla more than Warrant.
No, I haven't lately.
Really?
I've been listening. Remember, I've been talking about Warrant a lot.
I know we've been talking about Warrant, but I know you talk about Tesla a lot.
How can I laugh tomorrow?
I can't even smile today. All right, and then let's see that's my Suicidal Tendencies, my number 3. So Tom Petty and Heartbreakers 5, Cheap Trick number 4, and Suicidal number 3.
Awesome. All right, my number 5 is a band that's relatively new to me, a couple years. I play them all the time on my radio show. I love the band. Again, from Wales. They got 3 albums out. Their new album's still growing on me a little bit. It's not great as their first 2, but I love this band, Florence Black, dude. I'm telling you. I can't get enough of them. They're fucking just a great rock and roll band, especially Bed of Nails and Weight of the World. These 2 albums are fucking phenomenal, in my opinion. Great singer, great production in their albums, too, for a band that's not known. If you listen to their albums, the production of their songs sounds so great.
You should ask them to come on the podcast.
I have. But you know what? I ask them on Facebook. I need to ask people on Instagram. That's what people respond the most.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Or even TikTok, if they had a TikTok.
I'm not even on Instagram.
And my number 4 is, look, people don't like guttural vocals. I get it. People say, oh, it sounds the same no matter what. That's not true. If you listen to enough of it, you can definitely tell voices apart. And with this fucking band here, I've loved them since they had a guy lead singer originally started out with, and that's Arch Enemy. Johan Leva was the actual original singer. But man, they haven't had a dud of an album. Great female vocalist, Angela Gossow, Alyssa White-Gluz, and their new one, Lauren Hart, is fabulous. Angela will always be the best singer in the group, in my opinion. The best. I mean, Chaos Legions, fucking Rise of the Tyrant, those are fucking classic albums. But I am looking forward to seeing what this new girl could bring. I saw a concert. She did her first concert. I think she sounded great. Easy on the eyes, like the past 2 singers were, of course. And some of you might even like the original lead singer. It's your choice. You can judge look-wise if you're into dudes. But yeah. Dudes. I'm trying to say nicely. Whatever you're into is what I'm trying to say.
Why the dudes?
I'm saying whatever you're trying to get, whatever you're into.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I like a lot of dudes that are lead singers.
I mean,
Dude.
how are you taking your bedroom as your own fucking business? I don't care. But yeah, great band. They got 3 female singers.
This is turning into the
freeform
freeform group chat.
I
From last
said the
night.
three females. I said the 3 female singers are easy on the eyes, and I'm like, well, if you're into guys, you might like the original singer. That's what I'm saying. That's how we got to that. But
it was the air quotes that threw me,
dudes. But yeah, and then my number 3 is Mark mentioned it. I think Mark is the only one that mentioned him so far. I'm trying to get into their new album, Pound of Feathers. I'm starting to like it more and more, but I fucking love the Black Crowes, dude. They're one of my favorite bands. They would have definitely made my list of all-time favorite bands, just based on their first 2 albums alone. I mean, fuck, dude.
Lions, come on.
Southern Harmony and fucking Lions is great too. But
yeah, that's
fucking the first 2 albums. Shake Your Moneymaker, man. They're just legendary. I always try to throw Black
I like
Crowes
By Your
songs in
Side. I like Three Snakes and a Charm. I like all those albums.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But I'm like I said,
War Paint is the most underrated album by them.
Well, War Paint is not a great one in my opinion either. It's got some good songs on it, but
I like it.
I don't know. This A Pound of Feathers album has been a rough listen to me so far. So
I don't know
maybe
why.
I'll like it more listen to it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, that's my 5, 4, 3. Arch Enemy, Black Crowes, and fucking Florence Black. Number 2, Joe.
Well, my number 2 has been brought up, and like Andy, I refuse to give in to the split between the singers. I'll take it all. Genesis. I'll take Phil. I will take Peter. I just love everything. Not everything. There's some bad Genesis, but I just
you don't like the Congo.
And it sucks. Ray Wilson's a good singer, and he's a good guy. And he got put in a bad situation, and he did not fit that band.
I listened to that album when I first got it when it came out. I didn't like it like Van Halen 3, but I'm appreciating it more than I did back then a little bit.
It's like kind of introducing the third stepdad. The kids are like, oh, great, another one.
Yeah, so it took me a
Especially
while.
after number 2. Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, Ray Wilson. Ray Wilson's a good dude, great singer, but
that album aged better than I thought it did. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad it did for you. I
like more songs that I didn't like now. So
to me, I like to pretend that Genesis stopped making albums after the late 80s. Okay. We Can't Dance.
Kind of like the Van Halen kind of thing.
I love We Can't
Dance. Yeah, I like to live in my little fantasy world where the bands I like stopped making music when it started sucking.
Jesus Knows Me rules.
Ghost did it better.
No,
Mark, I'm allowed to say that Genesis is the number 2 band on my list. Ghost did it better.
No, okay, you can.
No, No Son of Mine is the best song on that album easily. But there's that album's not good. But even though I like Invisible Touch, like I'll defend that. But We Can't Dance is a step too far for me. But yeah, I mean, just the Peter stuff especially. But also some of the early Phil stuff, and then Duke is just such a fantastic album. Abacab has great stuff. The self-titled, Invisible Touch, it all has great stuff on it. The musicianship, just such a great, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, just I go back mainly. I always say I'm not a Peter Gabriel Genesis fan or a Phil Collins Genesis fan. I'm a Steve Hackett Genesis fan. That's my era is Nursery Crime through Wind and Wuthering. Even though I do like Trespass and I do like the first couple. I do like Duke and some of the other stuff in the 80s without Steve, but for me, it's all about Nursery Crime, Foxtrot, Selling England, The Lamb, Trick of the Tail, and Wind and Wuthering.
The self-titled Genesis
the
album
run of albums for me.
Amazing.
That's my favorite.
Well, yeah, there's some great stuff on
Genesis
there.
album.
Mama and
Home by the Sea,
and That's All, and great stuff on there.
Great.
Yeah, That's All gets kind of that song has aged.
I love
that
song.
It's a good song.
That's All has aged pretty well, man. It's like
it hasn't aged very well for me at all.
Actually, it's a shame. That's all. You can leave it out.
But yeah, I've been getting into their deeper stuff lately, and I agree. Genesis is actually a band that you need to enjoy the hits. Don't get me wrong, but dig deeper.
Yeah.
The
hits don't do them justice. It really doesn't.
The face of the '80s was Phil Collins.
In the '80s, I couldn't tell Genesis or Phil Collins song apart.
But it was Phil Collins. It wasn't Michael Jackson. It wasn't Madonna. It's Phil Collins was on it.
What was the 3 of them? It was the three of them.
But Phil Collins was on more than both of them combined. I saw the stats on that, and I go, "Damn."
They're still on fucking they're still on fucking VH1 fucking rock block all the fucking time. So I'll tell you, say something right there.
Yeah, I love Madonna. I like Michael Jackson, but Phil Collins was everywhere with Genesis
VH1 is still
and
on?
Solo.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah.
No, it's MTV Rock Blocks, but I think that originally happened on VH1. I think originally a long time ago. The Rock
it was VH1 Classic, then it became MTV Classic.
Yeah, because they owned by this. It was the same, you know.
Yeah, well, VH1 and MTV are the same.
Yeah. All right. So where are we at? We're on Andy, number 2.
Right? My number 2. This should be no surprise. Neil Young. I've got over 50 Neil Young vinyl back here. I absolutely love him from the beginning to now. He's still cranking out almost 2 albums per year. It's still doing fantastic. His voice has changed throughout time, and his fire and guitar playing are still there. He's almost 80.
I was gonna say he's 80, man.
Yeah, but the dude's still cranking it out there, man. And a lot of his albums and a lot of his songs have a lot of personal meaning to me, of how I run my life and how I treat others. A lot of it comes from his lyrics. He's guided me through a lot of times of trouble. And, sometimes we got those artists that other people don't understand why they're so high on your list. Well, we all have reasons why. So Neil Young's my number 2.
True. Yep. Absolutely. All right, Travis.
All right. Yeah. First off, I love Neil Young also. Ever since my dad gave me Everybody Knows This Is Me.
Andy gave me this.
Yeah, man. I love
Neil in front of me because Andy gave it to me.
I love Neil Young.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2 it switches. Sometimes it could be my number 1, but today it's number 2, Led Zeppelin. And I think Physical Graffiti is the best album ever made, according to me. But I love Led Zeppelin. They're absolutely phenomenal. Nothing else needs to be said about them. They're just legends. Objectively, the greatest hard rock band of all time. But there's one more band on my list, so let's see.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, number 2.
All right, my number 2 should really be no surprise, but I had to put them there because they're just, in my definition, they are musical perfection. Steely Dan.
Wonderful band.
From the Royal Scam to Aja to you name it. They've done it. It's perfection.
Even don't call them yacht rock.
Huh?
Don't call them yacht rock.
No, they're
Donald Fagen will tell you F off.
They're just great music.
They're not. They're nowhere near that.
They're just a great band.
All right, cool. Mark, number 2.
All right, Andy, you were saying you understand why I'm picking my number 1. What do you think my number 1 was before I go into my number 2?
Are you asking me what I think your number 1 is?
Yeah.
It's the same as my number 1.
Okay, Beatles. So then I'll just go there because my number 2 has to be, people think this will be my number 1 band. I'm going to make my decision today because there's things, because the other band got me into music.
He's stalling. He's still thinking about it.
No, it's Rush. Number 2 is Rush.
What?
Number 1 will be my number 1 because they have more reasons than Rush to be my number 1. And I'm making a decision today what my number 2 and 1 bands are. And it hurts to say that, but it doesn't hurt after I say my number 1.
I'm not a betting man, but I will bet everything that I own that I know the number 1.
Well, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
The amazing part about that band is I know I respect their status in music, but I wouldn't even put them in my top 50.
Same thing with Pink Floyd. So
that's what I mean. So yeah, there you go.
So does your favorite band, Mark, wear loincloths?
Yeah, Manowar. That's their favorite.
Yeah, Manowar.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's boingo boingo, and we all know it.
No, if Andy says it's the same as his, if you know Andy,
didn't even make your top
you
11.
know what we're talking about.
I thought it was Ugly Kid Joe. but he already said
no,
that.
I already said number 6
You
on
didn't
it.
see that. You didn't see that. Scroll up.
I'm actually surprised Duran Duran didn't make your list. I really am. I thought that
Oh,
would be,
good. I
one
haven't
of your
been
favorite
listening
bands.
to them that much lately.
Oh, okay. All right. My number
He's
2
growing
is
out. It was just a phase, Jerry. It was just a phase.
No, it'll come back in a month. No,
We experimented in college.
next month it might be Rat up here, so you never know.
my number 2 is a band I've loved since their first album came out. And thank you, Andy. Thank you for sending me this. Fucking great fucking album, great band. Collective Soul has been one of my favorite bands since Hence Allegations, all that shit's been coming. And Hence Allegations, God, I can't fucking thank you. There you go. That's a great Discipline Breakdown. Awesome fucking album. Fucking their self-titled album. Fucking fantastic. Dosage. Don't even fucking show me Dosage. I'll fucking kick your ass, Mark.
I thought you said you were getting it.
No, fucking way out. But yeah, I just loved everything they've done, and I would love to see them live again. I've seen them twice a long time ago, but Joseph says they still put on a great fucking show. So
I just saw him 2 weeks ago.
definite fucking Ed Rollins, an amazing songwriter, man, really is. All right, so number one, let's go.
Get your hands
Start
clear,
fucking
Mark. Get your
around,
hands
Mark,
clear.
and do your hands. Yeah.
I was looking
Number
for
one, Joe.
Dosage. Sorry.
I hope you lost it, fucker.
No, it's here.
I'm curious now. Wow. Okay. Awesome.
Nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know.
What else can
That's true. Enough said, Andy. Andy,
What
do you
else
got?
can you say?
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, my number one is never going to change. It's going to be number one until the day that I die. It's not going to change next week. It's not going to change next year. Never. The Beatles, number one. Period. I mean, everything stems from them. Everything. I mean, in my opinion, there were 4 kings of rock and roll. That was John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
I'll never doubt the status and the importance of that band. It's just musically, they're not one of my favorites. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. You're still doing stuff. You never hear the Beatles suck. I mean, you never hear that. I mean, seriously.
Oh,
that would be insane.
I've heard people say that.
Oh, I know one person that said that. You're right, but that's asinine in my opinion.
I can't trust anybody that doesn't like the Beatles, man. You got to.
Yeah, that's my number one. Always will be. All this is just that one band. All this.
Yeah.
But ever since they did those remastered greatest hits a couple years ago, I have been getting into them more. So maybe they'll creep up there eventually. I don't know. Fuck you.
What is that, Fiona Apple?
That's Collective Soul Dosage.
It sounds like Fiona Apple a little bit. Come to think about it, don't it? Wow. All right, Travis. What do you got for
Tori
number one?
I love Tori Amos. All right, number one.
Silent all these years. Oh. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good one.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I love this band so much. I got into them when I was in high school. I just heard the name. That's all that took me. It said Deep Purple. I'm like, that's a cool name for a band.
And I'll go in the guitar shop and fucking play Smoke in the Water.
Before LimeWire could ruin my computer, I found all the downloaded Deep Purple songs, and I begged my dad to get me a Deep Purple album for my birthday. He got me the greatest hits, and that set me off to where I would eventually go with Deep Purple. And I love Deep Purple, best band of all time in my opinion. I'm a sucker for any band that has an electric guitar player and a Hammond organ player. I love the Mach 1 lineup, great psychedelic pop rock from the 60s. And I thank Andy again for having me on to do a retrospective on that era. That was amazing. Mach 2 is just classic as can be. Best era of that band by far.
They probably would have made my top 11 all-time bands. Yeah, they probably would have made that.
Mach 3, I love. Mach 4, I love that. I love Come Taste the Band. I love the Steve Morse stuff. Yeah. I love the latest album.
Good.
I even like Slaves and Masters. Yes, Slaves and Masters is the weakest of the bunch.
And it was all right.
It still has a couple of good songs on there. But, man, to me, aside from Slaves and Masters, to me, this band could do no wrong.
Bananas is a good album by them.
I love Deep Purple. Deep Purple will always be number one for me. I think they're absolutely phenomenal.
Do you like Bananas?
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. This one.
That shit is
Dude,
bananas.
Steve Morse is a beast.
He is.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
All right, my number one band is a band that has been speaking to me for about 50 years now. They created a genre, and nobody has since matched them. Period. And they have changed members, they have changed singers, they have changed bass players, they have changed over the years.
Just not guitar players. Just not
Everything but guitarists.
They are the greatest heavy metal band ever.
Absolutely.
And they are still to this day speaking to me loud and clear. We just lost the original lead singer not too long ago, which is a heavy
Donny Osmond, yeah.
Black Sabbath. I mean, to me, they're better than the Beatles. My humble opinion.
They're the heavy metal Beatles, man. They inspired generations after generations.
All right, Mark, go ahead and say Rush. Or the Beatles, I mean.
It's the Beatles. I knew Andy would be the Beatles, and I had to be the Beatles because without the Beatles, I don't think I would have liked music. Them and Foreigner, first two albums I ever got, Double Vision. Foreigner could have been on this list. They should have been on this list along with Tesla, but I'm going as of now.
I would put both of them over Europe and fucking Warren.
But I've been listening to a lot of Europe. I listened to Foreigner about 3 months, like a whole crap load of Foreigner, like 3 months ago. They would have been number two. But right now, the Beatles and Rush are always 1 and 2, and I always tied Rush with the Beatles because I never want to make a decision. But without the Beatles, I wanted to like Rush. So there you go.
You know what? The Beatles probably would have cracked my top 50. I'm thinking, the more I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think they would. They're climbing up there. But are you done?
Yeah.
I will say even though the Beatles are not in my top 10, one of their albums is in my top 3 albums of all time, and that's the White Album. So they're my favorite Beatles album is in my top 3 favorite albums, period. So
Rubber Soul is probably up there with me. I love that album.
There's not a bad album by the Beatles.
It's Abbey Road for me.
Abbey Road too. Yeah, you're right. That's a great one too. But
I think that Blackbird is the best acoustic song of all time.
I can't really pick. I really can't. It's hard.
Yeah, one day is Sgt. Pepper's, one day is Rubber Soul, one day is Revolver. Soundtracks, Revolver.
Sgt. Pepper's is perfectly rated. Perfectly rated.
All right, I want to see if you guys know my number one is from 1990 on up. Come on, man. You guys should know this one.
Pantera?
Nope. Really? I talk about them all the fucking time. I talk about Driving and Crying. How'd you get it? It's Driving and Crying. Yes, you got it.
Driver's seat. Oh,
it's a band. It's a band that Mark you can't. Well, you supposedly think they suck, but they have 10 songs that you like.
Ghosts.
Absolutely, my favorite fucking band of the last 30 years. I never get tired of them. Fucking great band, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I know you don't like the singer, Mark, and I get that. I get it. But man, dude, fucking from Opus, Eponymous, all the way up to Skeletus, a great album.
It's really growing on me. It's growing on me.
Man, not a dud as far as their studio albums. They have had some dud covers, don't get me wrong. Some of their covers have been hit and miss. But they've had some great ones like Jesus Bible. Fucking A, dude. That's a great cover. That's one of my favorite covers of all time.
It's my favorite Ghost song.
But yeah, I mean I don't know what he's gonna do with the band. I don't know if he's done with them or not. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
I hope not.
But those 6 studio albums to me are fucking just pop, rock, metal, everything in one perfection. So that's my number one, and that is our list of our favorite top 11 bands of all times, part-time, sometime, whatever. It was a fun show, guys. Thank you for being on, man.
Yes.
I have a thank you for having me on, and I have a few honorable mentions if that's
sure. Go ahead.
And this is it was difficult to keep these guys off my list. Scorpions, especially the Uli John Roth era. Merciful Fate, Cheap Trick, Thin Lizzy, Whitesnake, Blue Kiss, Ted Nugent, Alice Cooper, ZZ Top, Grand Funk Railroad.
Kiss made nobody's top 11, did they?
I know. I just thought about that.
They
I
probably
know.
would have made mine.
A lot
Like
of
I said,
people
they used to
forget
be my
how-
number one
a
band,
lot
but they
of-
have fallen.
A lot of people forget how huge Grand Funk Railroad was in the early 70s. They sold out.
I've tried to get into them. I can't.
Yeah, I like them a lot, but thing is that they're just not on my top 11.
They're hit and miss with me. I
Fine,
like some of their stuff.
I absolutely, over time, I've grown to like not. Well, I've already loved ZZ Top before, but getting into their deep tracks and stuff, especially from Tejas and DeGalo and Aloco, love those albums, man. Great stuff. I love ZZ Top.
Well, I would have picked Extreme, Great White, that's about it. Extreme and Great White, man. I love those.
And
Oh,
Tesla and
I
Farm.
would have gone Pearl Jam, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, CCR, Allman
Iron
Brothers,
Maiden and CCR, yeah.
Weezer. Those were bands that just didn't make it for me.
Well, my favorite two bands of all time are never changed: Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, 1, 2.
All right, man, Jerry.
Anyway,
anybody what they're doing?
Joseph, what do you got going on? What do you got going on tonight, man? Tell us about your show.
So on the show tonight, I have a couple blocks of songs from 2026 so far. Feature some good music that we have seen this year. First third of the year, we're a third of the way through 2026. I'm going to feature some great stuff that's come out so far this year. A lot of great albums, some stuff coming up. I'm going to play some singles off of some albums that have been announced that have not come out yet, but I have a couple singles from those albums coming up. So got a lot of good stuff on the show tonight.
Cool. Andy, what's happening on Black Spinner, dude?
Yeah, Black Spinner. We're going to have this alternate world show on Wednesday. We are going to reimagine Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, and the White Album. If those singles that came out for each album period, which songs would you omit and place these non-LP songs? And we're talking about big songs. Like for the White Album, you got to omit 2 songs and put in Revolution and Hey Jude, because those were the singles that came out that time. What parts of White Album would you take off? So
that would be hard to do if that's my favorite band. Hard to do that. That's got to be hard to do, man.
Yeah, and this idea came from Edwin, so I was all like, "Yeah, let's see how we can do this." So that's what we're doing on Wednesday. And this past week, check it out on Black Spinner Circle on YouTube. Like and subscribe. But the latest episode was our top 10 April Wine songs with Brad Dahl and Tim Derling. We're with Alan and myself. So it's a really good show, especially coming from Tim and Brad, who are big April Wine fans. So we got to hear some backstories, and it was a pretty cool show. I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
That was a great show.
Travis with the cool Queen shirt. What do you got happening, man?
Not a lot, I'm always available for shows since, my schedules are a lot more flexible now. But I'm not a lot, man. I like just if you'd like to have me on any shows, I'm always available. We'll set it up, and I love coming on and being with you guys, talking music.
Cool. Yeah, we love having you.
Yeah.
Tim, what's exciting in your life right now, man? Come on. Give us something new, man. Give us something, Tim. Come on, man.
Nothing. I'm just a town whore.
Yep. Mark.
Oh, we got
How's
Free
life?
From Rock podcast, which we have the new episode of Asia, with just us 3, Mooger, Jerry, and me on an episode. It was a really fun episode. I did listen to it yesterday on the way home from work. It's really good. I enjoyed it on Friday. It's a pretty short episode, so if you guys are unlike the TikTok generation, it's only a little bit over an hour. So maybe listen to it. Check out some good music. And also next week on BS, and this is funny because I didn't realize next week was Mother's Day. And I came up with an idea. I said, 11 songs about mom, mommies or mother in the title or like it mentioned in the song. And then later I said, oh, wait, next week is Mother's Day.
Go on.
So,
Just to be clear, just a little spoiler, there will be a Pink Floyd song on my list with the
well,
word
I already
mother.
know that one, Jared.
I wonder which one it might be.
I have no idea. But that's funny because I came up with that episode not realizing it was Mother's Day.
That's a little concerning.
Well, my mom died in 2004, so I'm like, what mom? So,
Awesome. Yeah, check me out on Cranium Radio from 4 to 8 on Tuesdays. Great rock and metal. You got Heavy Water 77, which we need to, Joe, we need to get a new show up there, man.
Yep.
And then we got Pop Go the Rockers, which I do with Andy and Joe. Have fun doing that. We're going to be doing 2 shows on Monday because my mother-in-law is ill. And I hope we can do it this Monday. I'm sorry if something happens, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right this Monday. That's a lot of fun. I'm getting a hankering to do a 3 Shots Down episode. I really am. I know Kate's busy with her comedy show, and check her out on YouTube. Her shit's funny, man. She's a comedian. She's got a talent for it. She's good.
Yeah, she's really good. I mean, she's going to open.
She's opening up for Dave Attell. I mean, come
yeah.
on. So good for her.
But
thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Hope you guys come back soon. Thank you all who like and subscribe and yada yada yada. You know what we think. We know what we love you guys. Take care. We're out of here. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Good night.